Yeah.
You gonna feel this hoodie, this fucking hoodie right here. I'm not, you gonna feel this fucking hoodie. You bugging. You think I'm taking this shit all the way off?
Begging. I love skin to skin. I'm like, I only want skin to skin.
Skin to skin is fire,
I only
but
want fucking skin to skin.
That's same.
Started?
Yeah.
Like I want to be
skin to skin is
I want to
fire.
be naked, skin to skin.
No, for real.
You either gotta be skin to skin or like you gotta be like,
there's no other
barely
option.
like barely take anything off.
No,
So it's like,
I
you're not supposed to be
want-
fucking.
I want
So it's like
skin.
just enough to get it out. It
No,
gotta be like
I
either
want
that
only
or fully
skin
butt ass
bare
naked.
naked.
She said I only want skin to skin. Nah.
Bare naked. I just
You don't
want.
got time for that all the
Yo,
time.
you can't. Like you can't.
If we outside and like you can't be butt ass naked
Correct.
if you fucking outside.
Yeah, but if we're in the fucking bedroom.
Oh no. If you in the bedroom,
I feel
I want you.
I'm still not taking all my clothes off.
In
I'm not
my
supposed to be
fucking
there.
body. Like I want you like
I want to
so
feel
close to me.
you on top. Yeah.
I want you to hug me like
Yeah,
hug me.
exactly.
Love
That's
me.
that's
No,
soul
for
ties.
real.
That's
No,
crazy.
That's a soul tie.
I want to feel your arms and everything. I want to feel everything. I want to feel
I want you
everything.
in my fucking blood.
I want to feel your hair. I want to feel everything.
Yes.
You want to feel what?
Yeah.
Everything.
Yes. I want everything.
That's the type of shit. That's
Everything.
I want
No,
you to,
I
like,
want to hear what she said. You
like,
want to feel my hair?
Absorb
I want
me.
to feel everything.
No, what did you say? What hair?
Like anything, like just everything, like even if it's like, cause some men don't shave like fully.
You want to feel that? Oh, she a freak. Like
That's crazy.
she a freak. She said, "I want to feel your hair," but she tried to not
She
say
said your
it.
pubes gotta scrape me.
Yeah, she want to get
I'm not
scraped by the
with it.
pubes. The
Nah,
pubic,
with it.
Gotta scrape me
the
is
pubic scrape is
wild.
crazy. I'm not even gonna lie.
I gotta feel your hair. I never
You
heard that
gotta
before.
Scrape
Are we
me is
recording?
different.
No,
Word.
so all right, so yo, for my people that are right here in the room with us, we got a live audience. This is the second episode. We 2 episodes in. We 2 in. Niggas
Yo, we
made
said
it.
that like that's an accomplishment.
Look. According to my manager, this shit is an accomplishment. We 2 episodes in. Niggas ain't get canceled. It's on the way though. This shit is on the way. Today we was just talking about sex that you're not supposed to be having.
That's always fun to talk about.
Like that shit niggas say, yo, so like, do you take off all of your clothes? Like, do you take off all of your clothes? Or you just like, you just keep one leg, Keep the pants on one leg.
If I'm in a bedroom, I want the clothes off. I want the full. I want to see your ass. I want to see everything. Like, I want to see everything. I like it. That's just me.
Niggas gotta grow up. All right, so look, wait. So that's crazy. Ew, like, I don't want to hear no woman telling me
You want to see my ass? Like, yo.
I feel like guys don't.
That don't make me feel sexy. I don't like that. Like,
I don't because like he's uncomfortable. Like, no, like I just don't. Like I don't reach for.
Yo,
I do more of like a back scratch thing. Like I'm more of an upper body.
I like
girl.
how that grabs mine.
I want to see your ass.
No,
is
not
crazy.
like that. Like I'm not gonna do anything.
I grab
unless I
like,
it.
the upper body, like like the shoulders,
Nah.
back
No, like,
area.
I just like to see everything.
Nah,
That's what I'm
son.
saying.
I'm not smacking nobody's
Oh
ass.
my
no.
god.
Savvy be
No,
like,
no, I'm
take it
looking.
off
No,
slow.
Buggy's behind you. Like
No, like
That's what she be going.
no, I'm not saying grab anyone or touch anybody. I just like to look at it.
If y'all was ever killing missionary, and females y'all are lying too, and y'all are not. I'm not saying you don't only grab his back, but you touch his arch from the top. Pause. I don't mean to say like that. Lower back.
Nigga said pause. Him saying pause is hilarious.
I touch.
Y'all touch all over. So
I touch the
don't
bag,
Y'all
yeah.
never got your ass grabbed or fucked on by your girl.
No,
I'm not gonna lie to you,
it's not
bro.
the grab it. It's the fact that she's anticipating
Grab is
seeing
crazy.
my ass.
No, that's not what I meant.
Like she
That's
waiting for me
not
to take
what
off my pants to see my
that's
ass.
not
That
what I
sound
meant.
crazy.
That's not what I meant.
That sound
bro.
crazy.
Yo, like
I
she
didn't mean
dead
it
said,
as
yo,
deep.
I want to see your ass. Like,
She wanna see like when it's like you
Oh.
she wanna feel. Like,
That's what I mean, bro.
I'm not mad at that.
On the shows.
I'm not mad at that at all.
She's rubbing him. You know, as he's killing missionary, she's touching all over.
Yeah, I don't mean to
I ain't
actually
gonna
like,
lie.
open
It's
up your
cool,
ass.
like, but nah. Touch, I touched your butt. She touched your butt. Cool, like.
Grab is different.
But when she emphasized and she made it about my ass, it's like,
Oh no.
yo, relax.
That's not what I meant.
Grabbing on your body and it's just her hand is on your cheek. She wanna grab it. but
Don't grab my cheeks. I'm not gonna lie. That's I might go soft right away.
A female's hand like this on your butt.
Now I've had that. Like you said, missionary. Like sometimes a girl like grab.
You never felt the female's nails go like this.
In my butt, no.
Not in your butt, asshole.
I'm just saying, like, I never felt no woman grab my cheeks. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, and I've had a girl like grab my touch my butt when I was pumping it.
Touch maybe, but like
everybody's touched
All
somebody's butt before.
all I'm saying is I like them naked. That's all I'm saying. Like, just like
I'm not
I
gonna
like
lie,
them naked. That's all I say.
nah, I'm not. Nah, I might have not. Clearly, I wasn't doing shit. If Shorty not grabbing my cheeks.
No, that's I.
I lose my way.
So you be getting your cheeks grabbed?
Tell me I'm lying.
You be getting your cheeks grabbed?
I don't mind.
See, but
It's
that's.
cool.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying, like, for me,
Well, you are a nigga.
yo, like that shit is crazy.
Yeah. I don't like that.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't like that for me, bro.
Nah.
I don't like that
I
for
like
you.
that
It's
physical response. Just like
hilarious.
I like feeling like like I know
Yo,
I'm doing a
who
good
said
job.
the other
The
night?
thing
So
is-
she grabbing you and like pulling you closer. That
Yeah,
means she really
that's
fucking
cool.
with
That's
your
what
shit.
I like. That's what
Yeah,
I
I'm
like.
like,
oh shit.
Yeah.
But pulling me from my
I like
ass
that.
and gripping my shit is crazy.
It's
like,
not that. It's
I
more
like
like
the
you're,
vibe.
When you
you're
do it like
just
that, it look crazy.
because
Like-
literally
like
that's what
from that point,
that's
it's
what it
like-
would do. That's what it would look like.
But that's the thing. In the moment, you're not thinking she's grabbing my ass. You think I'm killing this shit.
Facts.
Nah, you right.
yeah.
You right. Nah, you right. I don't
Like, I
recall
want
ever
more of
feeling that. I
it.
think I would have felt that and been like thrown off a little bit.
Alright.
Yo, niggas?
Is this better?
Niggas said the
Okay.
other night they like it. They like nipple play.
Yeah, I fuck with it.
You fuck with nipples?
I fuck with nipple play.
for
You be
who?
licking
For the,
nipples?
For me.
Yeah.
oh,
I mean, as
oh,
For
like,
niggas,
do we-
like-
For me.
Yeah,
So,
well-
so
fuck
I
with
feel
it.
like so I feel like it's interesting because I feel like it's something that I think men would enjoy, but I've come across men that are not interested in that area being like touched.
Yeah.
But I know what I enjoy on myself, and even though we are women and man, like it's still a human body. So I feel like if it's a sensual and like a sensation spot for me, I would think that it would be the same for them. But I
So
guess
niggas
it's
just looking at
to
you
each
like
his
this?
own.
Like,
No, I'm just saying to
No,
each his
maybe
own.
the-
Like I don't know. Some guys like their nipples being touched. Some guys don't.
It's cool. I fuck
But
with
that's
it.
cool though. Like honestly, like
twist?
Wait, what? That's what I'm saying. It helps. Yeah,
He a
that's
freak
what
ass
I
nigga.
think.
That's crazy.
But the same thing's for females. So it's
Hey,
like,
yo.
why would you not?
like some girls like their nipples like to be like bitten into. Like some girls like that.
Fondling,
Yeah,
yeah.
some girls
fondling
have it.
is
was
a
like
good
some
word.
girls like some gentle
Like
stuff.
bite
Like,
them?
yeah,
Yeah.
some girls like that.
I've had some girls have
It's just
some
a
aggressive
sensation
shit.
of like being, in that area.
It's
Spit?
just what you
You're Spanish. I'm not that. All right, forget it.
spit or swallow.
No, I'm saying like you.
I swallow.
See?
I
Yeah.
thought we were talking about cheating today.
I caught myself.
Oh my god, yeah. But,
confused.
We gonna edit.
Oh my god, I hope my mom and
So
dad don't
do you?
see this.
No, I'm saying like, how do you
I'm
feel about
dead.
this? Like spitting, like somebody spitting on you or you spitting on? How you feel about that?
It just depends who it is. Like I'm very particular. Honestly, to be completely honest, like speaking my truth, I'm very particular who I'm intimate with.
Nah, I'm not
Like
talking about.
not everyone. No, this is the thing. Not everyone could touch me. So when that person I do choose that can touch me, I like to go out. So if you want to spit on me, choke me, do anything, I'm with it. Like I love it.
Even if they miss, like,
Yeah,
shit.
honestly,
how you
yeah.
miss?
Like I mean,
look, don't ask. I'm just saying, like,
When you say miss, what do you mean? Like miss? You're talking about the spit?
like if
Yeah,
it's like,
like-
the cheek, like it
it
goes
on the bed?
Yeah,
no,
it
I
goes on
mean
the
like
bed.
it laying like on
So
your
you're spitting on
cheek
her
type
face.
shit. Like, yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
it's cool.
You just rub it in like lotion.
I just let it be.
That's
Like,
a fucking gangster right there.
I respect that shit.
Nah,
Yeah.
I
I respect
that.
that.
You?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I'm very exclusive.
It depends. Well, first of all, I'm definitely not doing that with anybody. That's number one.
Okay, but you cool with the spit?
It would only be with like one person, like my person.
You got a one spit limit, like one
Yeah.
spit.
Yeah, like that's not like I definitely didn't wake up like come spit in my face, spit in my mouth. Like that's not what's happening. No,
Okay, I'm just
definitely
checking.
not
So
at all. It happened like it happened randomly, and it was just like a very spur of the moment. Like we were just in it, and I was like, "Yeah, let's go."
I'm not gonna lie. When you really in it, like I've had sex before. Like,
It's one of those things where like you do it, and then after
how
you're
horny
like,
you gotta be to
"What
think
just
like,
happened?"
Yeah.
I'm about to spit on you. Like, what
Word.
does that? Where does that take
not
you?
on me. Like I'm not saying like please spit on my spit on me.
Where does it take you?
This
I
is
really want. I'm
hilarious.
dead ass. Like, I really want to know. Like, I really want to.
I think
wanna
it just
know.
depends on the individual. Like, okay, I guess I hate to say it, but for myself, right?
Mhm.
Like, I like to go crazy.
Okay.
So Even if it's spitting and then choking and then like doing all that stuff, I guess.
Nah, don't mess up choking for me. Let's stick on. Let's stick to
choking is
spitting.
not crazy.
Choking is cool.
It's just extra. It's just an extra action adding to the how do you say this in English? Just the action. It's just an extra action adding to the intensity of what's happening.
So the spit hit you and it's like,
Yeah, and then like it's on to the next.
it turns you up like another notch.
Yeah, like it's just like it just goes harder. Like it's
So
just
you being choked and then he just spit on you and then it's like
It's like I'm trying to get into the mind of a person.
It's the heat of on.
It's not just it's not just being spit on. Yeah.
But I'm sure that Sabi, you're
Damn,
not
I hope
asking
my
him to
parents
spit
watch this.
on
Oh
you,
my God.
right? You're
What?
not saying like spit on me.
Yeah, I don't say that, but
So
like
where does the
if he's-
spit go?
yeah.
Most people will do things. They're like spit in my mouth. That's normally what it stems from. Not
Yeah.
spit on
Again,
me.
so now
Yeah.
when that spit lands wherever it lands, right?
It's
Like
supposed to land in your mouth. I don't know what happens after that.
lands in your mouth and then like it just like
And then you get nasty with it.
Yeah.
You want to spit it back up
Spit
and
it
start
back.
sucking that thing or swallow like
it's at the moment.
I'm saying like
Yo.
I'm saying you do what
Shorty
you.
spitting that shit back at you. While she laying down.
Yo.
Nah, it's not even that type of party.
oh my god.
It's not
That's
like
crazy.
that.
So we was having an off camera conversation downstairs, and my man Buggy inspired this. Shout out my nigga Buggy at Buggy O'Cron on IG.
Yeah, definitely get him.
Just so
Definitely
niggas know,
get him.
just so niggas know where it came from. Like,
Exactly,
I'm just
Buggy.
I'm giving niggas credit because you know niggas be mad about credit when they don't get it. So like,
Facts.
and he a producer, so you know that I don't even want to get the, you know what I mean?
Bodied this. Facts.
Buggy bodied this shit. He bodied this shit too, because that nigga
Yeah.
basically said men and women don't cheat the same.
I wish he was here right now to really just divulge into what
I wish he was
said.
here too.
Because his reasoning on it really didn't make much sense to me, and I wish he could explain it to give more background on the topic of conversation.
So what was his?
He basically said that women and men don't cheat the same because a man cheating is like premeditated murder, but a woman cheating is like murder.
Yeah, coming out the gate saying that. sounds
Or
crazy.
did I have it? Is it reverse? Okay, so a man cheating is murder.
It's just murder by accident, like manslaughter.
And then a woman cheating is premeditated murder. Basically, we plan to cheat. That's some bullshit.
Nah, for real.
Yeah, but
No, that's
we
the
See,
thing.
I'm not gonna lie,
we have
women the
one
same
night-
way
we
though.
have
No,
one
no,
night
no.
stands
Some
too.
guys are known for like.
No, the fuck it's not.
You know, with women, I feel like it's more feelings involved.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's definitely not.
No, it is.
depends on the
I feel like
person.
oh yeah,
Oh,
too.
see,
But I feel like
we can't
majority
do
of the
that.
time it's more emotional.
On this platform, we don't hoe shame.
Okay, no, I'm not shaming it, but don't hold y'all.
No. What's a hoe?
Everybody's a hoe at this point.
Niggas said I'm gonna get canceled. That's crazy.
Everybody's a hoe at this point.
I think
In
hoe
life.
is not.
Everybody
I don't really
is.
like. What's the definition?
There is no definition because everybody's living their best life. We're all hoes.
Facts.
So, with that being said, if you go and you meet a guy and you fuck him because you just feel like fucking him, then guess what? You did it and there was no emotions involved. The same way that a guy's gonna go and
I'm
fuck
with
a
that.
girl, there's no emotions involved. Y'all are still cheating the same.
But
the
I feel
same way
like-
a guy and a girl can still have their eye on somebody and decide that that's gonna be the person they're gonna cheat with. Cool, if you want to call it premeditated, that's whatever. But tomorrow we can all still wake up and go have a one night stand and still cheat on our significant other, and that's it. And one be considered a hoe, or
Most of the females will think more about that one night stand.
not everybody though.
What do you mean,
Not
though?
not every female will though.
Females just
Think about it in what way though? Like what you mean?
like just more of a into her feelings about it.
I don't believe that at all.
I honestly,
It depends. Like some women are like that, but also some women know how to shut it off. Like if they know what it is,
Right.
it is what it is.
Some women are really savages.
Some
and
Yes,
women are really
we
savages. Like
are.
they know
They
what
wanna
it is. They will do anything. They
we
will.
are. And the thing about it is, I think that over time, we have all, as women, just been grouped into like we are sad and we don't know how to control our emotions, and that shit has changed. We're not the same people that we used to be grouped as our parents or our grandparents. Like we're not like that no more. Where they're not weak. I'm not calling them weak, but we just don't take a lot of shit that they put up with. So we move a lot. We move differently.
I think that's a representation thing. Like
that's fine.
When you talk about like our grandparents and like, oh my God, they just put up with X, Y, and Z. Like
I'm not necessarily saying that.
No,
I'm just saying
like,
we're different.
Society will tell you that they just stuck around and put up with.
They will tell you that
X, Y, and Z, and the reality.
And a lot of them did.
They probably was still getting their cheeks clapped behind closed doors.
Maybe they were.
It could be.
Damn.
I would say I think it's a little bit different. Only
Yeah, I
because,
think
like,
that's it. Just say my grandmother.
My grandmother sound crazy.
That's it. My grandmother and end it.
I think it's a little bit different only because I think like the initial spark that causes the cheating, at least from like a basic standpoint, or at least from the beginning, I think men tend to cheat because they kind of like the chase. It's not necessarily like an emotional thing where it's like, oh, I'm trying to build something with somebody else. I think what might start a woman to cheat is basically what she's dealing with right now is coming to an end, or she's not secure in it, so she wants to feel secure in something else. I think nowadays women are being a lot more open about it because, you know, they're expressing themselves sexually, and it's becoming a lot more commonplace. It's okay. It's like, yo, like do your thing.
The men don't expect us to move forward. They don't expect us to like commit and be like, no, we're done. They expect us to like potentially dabble and then come back and be like, I'm sorry, or I wasn't going anywhere. Where now we're like, boy, bye. Yeah. And we don't give a fuck. And even if we did fuck him the next day, he's probably not our next. He just was the right now. There's somebody else.
Damn.
But when
that shit hurt.
But when y'all do it though, it's like, oh, wait, forgive me.
Mm-hmm. That's not toxic.
I'm a stop.
They move like that. You know when bitches like, don't like fuck that nigga. You know you love that nigga, or you know you fucking with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like she's saying. That's what I feel like she's saying. Right?
See, but I think it's tough for us as men to accept that a woman could just go fuck a nigga.
Of course it is.
Because we don't think that way.
Because and that's why I feel like niggas automatically get more hurt because they like, oh my God, you got an emotional tie to this nigga, and it's like
acceptable for y'all though. We think we special. Buggy, you should have joined the show.
Facts.
You should have joined the show, Buggy.
It's dead not special. It's not special. Niggas is not special. Mm-hmm.
Most men is going to try to knock down all of that, right?
Wrong.
100, not most. All right, maybe not you. But
no, stick to what you said downstairs.
Repeat this as he's saying it. They are, but like for a woman,
He's saying most men, if a guy has 100 women throwing themselves, if you all 100 women are women you attracted to, oh nah, 100 for 100.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Niggas knocking down the whole thing. Strike.
That she attracted to, she's gonna be more selective. She might rock out with 2, some might go with 5, some might go with 10. That's what makes it different.
But wait, because listen to what you said. If a nigga got options on women that he's attracted to, he gonna choose. It's the same thing. You literally said the same thing.
No.
The fact that they being selective means is reason.
But you being selective too because it's the women you attracted to.
What I noticed. No, I get what you're saying because what I noticed is that like a lot more men, like to be honest, like they will do anything to get a nut in. Like they will do anything. Like some women, not all women.
Yo.
Like honestly, like I know. No, yeah.
Do you realize some niggas don't even leave the crib? They just jerk off and stay home.
Mass selective.
Yo, like bro, niggas really be.
I want to backtrack.
As a man, you should be like, yo, this woman, she's busting it open for me. Like, she's not the type of person to bust it open for just anybody. That shit is dope.
Okay, wait.
That is just dope.
We think we special.
Wait.
This is a dope thing. Yeah, it's a dope thing.
Wait, I want to backtrack real quick. Okay. So, Buggy, you're saying like 100. You know, if a guy's in a room and like 100 people that, what was it? The 100 people that he liked?
100 people that he's attracted to.
Okay, 100 people that he's attracted to. He's gonna try to do 100 for 100, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in the same situation as a female, would it not be looked upon as if the situation? They're killing me. If the situation,
fucking clogs.
If the situation happened with a female, just in general. would the female not be looked upon as a hoe if she decided to try to go for 100 the same way a man would?
Of course.
In society,
They would be looked down upon. So hold on. So being that they would be looked down upon, why would she not only limit herself to 1 or 2 contenders, knowing that if she really wanted to go for the 100,
niggas gonna call you a hoe anyway.
Exactly. But,
2,
okay,
if you do
that's
2,
my point.
or if you let 98 niggas slap.
If you do 2, you're considered a hoe. But if y'all do 100 for 100, it's whatever, because you're just busting a nut. How does that make sense?
I don't think it's fair at all.
It's not even about being fair. It's just what is the playing field that we're talking about right now? Like,
It's the same thing. Some niggas be trying to Buddy be trying to move. He be trying to move the goalpost. That's all.
oh, okay, got it.
Go ahead.
The whole thing is not even that's not even what I'm tapping on.
I get that, but it does matter though, because it's still a factor.
Facts.
It's still a factor though.
Cool. Facts.
Of course not.
But I also facts.
I agree.
I also
he
think
would.
it's a supply and demand thing, because I think that dick is a lot more easily accessible than pussy is. Like, I think a woman could get a dick a lot easier than a man could get pussy.
I agree with that.
That's real shit.
That's true.
So that's why women can be selective, because like women have to think a lot more when it comes to like, okay, which man am I gonna like allow this?
Meanwhile, there's
but a
pussy
nigga
everywhere.
will just throw dick in
think-
every direction and wait for shit to land.
I'm a verse. As a bottom, I'm not letting
As a,
At the top,
yeah. So man and woman, that makes sense. No, that makes sense.
The slanging.
Yeah, that makes sense. 'Cause you're not allowing that. Yeah.
First of all, pause. But pause.
No, but that's the best. That's the best way to put it.
Pause. But that was hilarious.
That's a really good analogy, though. That makes 100%
That's
sense.
crazy.
It does.
That makes so much sense.
Because
But that's
you're
also-
experiencing best of both worlds, so you get it. Because you're understanding what it is on our end and what it is on their end.
Nigga said.
Either way, I still think
He said,
the
"Yo,
cheating
you gay."
is. I think it's both. I think it's the same and it's different.
That's what it's like.
I think I would think that way.
This is my thing. Women and men can both cheat with emotions, and they can both cheat without emotions.
Agreed.
That's what it comes
That's
down
what I'm
to.
saying. That's all.
That's what it comes
true.
down to.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to say.
it's different because look, like
Oh, here we go.
if you're supposed to hit the 100, right?
Mhm.
If you're supposed to hit the 100, it would just be like, oh, it's normal, right? But if the significant other, your girl, whatever.
I'm not gonna lie. The next time we do studio audience, I'm gonna get a mic so niggas could get their.
No, for real, that
Right
ass.
there.
Oh yeah, yo, that's fire.
I'm thinking about it now. Like we gonna
Yeah.
we gonna cause this is dope. I like this.
No,
Yeah.
for real, yeah.
This is fucking amazing. This is so it's
Will you be
interact. I love
able
it.
to get their audio still?
Yeah.
But not as clearly. Okay.
We gonna get that, but I'm just
Sorry.
thinking
That's
about.
what-
Can I get more ice?
That's a dope idea.
I'm thinking about it.
That.
I'm thinking about tours and everything. This is tough. This is tough.
Yeah.
No, but
But my bad. I'm sorry.
But the difference is like, so let's say if you hit the 100, right?
Mhm.
You'd be like, all right, cool, you did that, right? But if Shorty turned down 100 and she only choose 2, you gonna be like, nah, it had to be something about them 2 niggas that made you want to do that, rather than you just hitting 100.
No,
I hear everything you're
I hear
saying,
you.
but that's still.
But I
it's-
also
that's-
think
that shit don't
I
make
still
no
think
sense.
is you still first of all, out of the 100, none of them bitches belong to you. The 2 that she picked is not her nigga. We talking about cheating, so like technically it don't matter if it's 2 or it's 100. Like
Exactly.
you still cheating. You know what I'm saying? So it don't really matter like what was so special about them 2 niggas. You still was fucking 2 other niggas. Like
Yeah. It could be 2, it could be 10, it could be 1,000. Like it's
It
the
don't
same
really matter.
thing.
I think it's because like still in the back of our mind, like men feel as if like women are so particular about the guys that they sleep with. The fact that you got to a point to sleep with that nigga, it hurts so much more.
it
I
does.
know, but
It don't take
depends.
much for a nigga to fuck some pussy.
No,
I
but-
actually think it goes
She just
back
gotta
to
be
the
kind of
point.
cute.
And the nigga
That's the
he
thing.
one he one leg out the
That-
pants. That's it. She alright.
That-
Oh, you know what?
No,
Good, you know?
no. You know what it
Nigga
is?
one leg
It's-
out the pants. That's it.
Dev made a point earlier, and Dev was saying that.
I'm gonna bleep his name out.
Oh,
But go ahead.
he's on contract. Sorry.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna bleep his name out. But go ahead.
So he was saying earlier, like, basically, when you're in a relationship
Mhm.
or just with a female, like, men kind of, we are y'all property. Like in the sense of like, society has been, raised upon the idea of like men kind of having their woman, and we are y'all property. So it's like men will be like, okay, we can do what we want, but y'all are ours, meaning the women are yours, and it's not expected upon y'all us to step out and like be free because we are.
But that's the
man, I'm
thing,
provider,
Think
so
about it.
yeah,
Think
yeah,
about it this
yeah.
way. Think about it this way.
Yeah.
Like,
Say Dev
as
said
a-
that's who he
I'm
said
sorry.
that's-
nigga said, "Now wait.
Dev said
Not me."
Dev said that's how most men think.
Yeah.
Dev
But
said most men think
Think
that
about
way.
it. Think
And
about it
it's
like this
true.
though.
Most
Like,
true.
you a man.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to protect the house. You're supposed to provide for the house, right? All of these things, like even just the idea of it gets crumbled once you have to accept the fact that another nigga fucked your girl. Like the idea of the fact that, oh, I protect my house, I provide for my house, but then it's like, damn, another nigga could just come in here and put his dick in you is crazy.
So does that count when there's really no house established? Y'all are not married. There's no real things happening. You're just dating.
If we made the agreement to be together,
Because you still
So you
have
automatically-
expectations
Okay.
as far as like me providing and protecting, and like you have those
Is that
expectations.
really a
you
thing?
my girl.
What?
You my girl.
If we just dating for 3-4 months and we walk down the street and a nigga smack fire out you, the first thing you gonna do is look at me, right or wrong.
You right.
I agree.
You gonna, it don't even like, not even like just because it's what you're, it's just like the reaction naturally you gonna look at me. Oh, he trying to juice you up.
Facts.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, it's shot o'clock. It's shot o'clock.
It's a shot o'clock?
Shot o'clock.
I
Oh, shot
wanted a
o'clock?
drink
Alright,
o'clock.
bet.
Shot o'clock.
How I'm
Thank
gonna take a
you.
shot
Oh my
with
God, can
ice
I
in the
pee?
cup?
I
Oh
pee
my
so
God,
bad.
Jesus.
It's shot o'clock.
That's
It's
my
whatever
shot?
o'clock.
It's not. I'm not. First of all, I'm not with the shot shit. I was gonna just make.
Oh
you drink,
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
make you
God
drink.
bless. Yes, please.
It's whatever
bless.
o'clock.
Can I pee real quick? I'm so sorry.
First of all, yo, first of all, where's my? You don't use hands. Like, what is that like? Like,
If y'all feel
because
like
the way
y'all
she
need
talk about it,
hands,
like,
use
oh, I don't
that.
use hands. It's like,
Just one time. Give me
Yeah.
a clap.
How did you learn that?
wait, I just missed
I
my
watched a lot of
fucking
porn
hand.
growing up.
One, two.
Yo,
I keep missing my fucking hand.
share your
I'm
links.
really good with what I
One
do.
time,
That's
yeah,
all
one,
I'm gonna
one,
say.
one,
Share
two,
your.
three.
Hey,
There we go.
let me
That
know.
was a good
Let
one.
me know what links
Yeah,
you
now you
use.
gotta use hands. If you give me a
I
head.
promise you don't.
Yeah, you do.
You promise
Let
you
me
don't what?
let me know what
I'm
links
not
you
arguing
using.
over that shit. If that's what you feel. That's what you're like. I know what
I
the
need,
fuck I
I need
do.
to see them videos.
I don't like hands.
Well,
There's-
then
there's,
we're back,
like,
and
Lotion
according
on hands,
to
germs on hands. I don't like it. I don't want it in my mouth. My
wait. You don't want what in your mouth?
no. I'm saying like with your hands, like there's germs on your hands. Like you can have
First of
lotion
all,
on your hands.
why would you?
things
You,
like that.
You
hold
talking
on,
about
wait
sucking
a minute.
dick, like
You talking about?
we passed germs at that point.
Yeah, first of all, you should have washed your hands before you grabbed my
You
dick.
should have, of course.
First of all, it's COVID.
It's crazy. Like,
very true.
First of all, it's a mouth.
It is.
If you're dirty, you're dirty.
It is.
it's
but
clip.
I
It's
don't
clip.
like it.
That's like, yo,
And
niggas. We was talking about
I
niggas
just
that be
don't
wearing
like hands.
condoms
Like,
Word.
after they get head. Like, like niggas just sat there and got head for 30 minutes. And then said, hold on. Let me put this condom on real quick.
Let me worry about my safety now.
You dead ass? Like,
Yeah.
Wait,
nah,
is it
I'm
true
sorry.
that some guys masturbate with condoms on? I know some guys.
You
No, I know.
You a sick
I
nigga
heard,
for some shit like that.
I know.
kind of
You a
weird.
sick nigga.
I heard that's
it's probably the
thing.
guy that
Safe
gives the 50% off on the
masturbation is
Uber
crazy.
rides. It's probably the guy that gives the 50% off on the Uber rides.
Yeah, anything that say he do that to practice is weird.
To practice what
Word,
though?
I don't know.
I don't get how that works. How do you practice?
I
How
don't
do you
know.
practice
I heard
that?
somebody told me like
They get like the
want to
silicone
like
thing?
practice how long they could go, but I'm like masturbating and fucking a pussy.
It's
It's
totally
two different
different.
things.
Like,
Yeah.
Two
Very
completely
different.
different things.
You can practice masturbation.
You can practice masturbating for 3 years. You get some pussy, you're fucking at the finish line.
it's clipped. It's clipped, bro. You bugging right now. What? I don't know what kind of nigga she talking about, but anybody that put on a condom to jerk off, yeah.
Serial
Wait,
killer.
I have a question though. No, serious question. Do you think porn is an addiction? Because I know some men
Yeah.
that has become addicted to porn and it has a
Franklin.
nah. Huh? Who?
Damn.
No, what?
You Yo, this nigga really said
Kirk
Kirk.
Franklin.
Word.
Kirk Franklin.
Oh my god.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Word.
It's a
Yo.
thing.
I'm not gonna
anything could be
lie.
an
I'm not gonna lie
addiction.
with
No,
that shit.
there's a thing.
Word. I'm not gonna
I'm
lie.
sorry.
I'm not gonna lie with that shit. Like,
No, like,
I don't want to say like it's an addiction, but like it don't take much for me to want to jerk off.
no. It's,
Yo,
it's
sometimes
addiction.
you be on Instagram, you just be like,
no,
Oh
it's that.
shit.
sometimes you just wake up.
Yo.
and you just like,
Sometimes you just want to sleep.
You just want to sleep.
It's
Yo,
time.
and you be home by your fucking self, or you in that hotel by yourself.
Yo,
You on a
where
trip.
you at?
Oh my God! If you want to trip mom alone,
Anytime.
oh my God!
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, son.
Word.
I done went on many trips, been in LA waiting for niggas to get there, and I be like,
I'm gonna get one off.
All it takes is a little boredom and a
I'm
little
out of
bit of
here.
time.
You go to sleep. You
That's
bugging.
it.
I'm good.
That's it.
Okay. Wait,
Nah, come on, son. I'm dead ass. Like,
It don't
niggas
take
need to go to
much,
sleep
yo.
real quick. You don't even
see who
yo,
the fuck y'all really
I'm not gonna
are.
lie. Niggas that jerk off with nothing is
Oh
sick.
no,
Yo, how you do that?
crazy.
No, I mean like,
Yo, that's
So that's not like a drive.
Yo,
taking off all your
I mean,
clothes to
like- I
masturbate
mean,
is
like-
crazy.
I mean like, what are you like? Not looking at nothing.
Oh.
Like you a different
I thought
nigga.
you meant like on your like.
Nah,
what
you a
use.
different
wait.
nigga.
Can I
Oh,
say
masturbating
something?
to your thoughts?
What are you thinking
Yeah,
about?
that's sicko
Oh, yeah.
shit. That's sicko
Wait,
shit.
can I say something?
No, but that's like-
It does become an addiction with some men when they can't even perform with their girl.
Nah, that's not. I don't think it's an.
I mean, I think anything.
No,
anything can become an
it's a
addiction.
thing. It's a thing. It has become.
thing.
It can be a thing. It could be a thing where they get so addicted to porn and they masturbate so much to the point where when they're with their girl, they can't do
Nigga
it.
said she don't do this right. It's
Nah,
That's really a thing.
Porn gives you a better nut than actual pussy.
Yeah,
That's-
it's,
that's
it's,
scary.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
that's
It's a
scary.
thing. It's a
I
thing.
think it is
It's a
an
thing.
addiction though. I ain't gonna lie.
It's a
Because you
thing.
gotta think about it.
No, it's a fantasy
Yeah.
thing. It's a fantasy.
I ain't gonna lie. I think it's just a convenience thing.
Girls don't watch. A lot of girls don't watch porn. Sometimes they just legit close their eyes and go.
That's insane.
Serial killers.
See, but they also have like fucking roses and tulips and all that
I
shit.
want a rose
Yeah.
so
Oh my
bad.
god, I heard that shit is amazing.
I
I
want
haven't
a
done it,
rose
but like,
so
I just heard they give you cancer.
bad.
for
What?
real?
Yep,
What?
dead serious.
They give you cancer?
The radiation.
The
they- I saw it on TikTok.
Wow.
This girl said
said
that. This
that?
girl said she went to her gynecologist.
No.
I'm telling you what the
That's crazy.
I know
girl
that's
said
right.
she went to her
Ow.
gynecologist and they were asking her questions about like being sexually active and X, Y, and Z. And she was like, nah, well, I use my rose. And the lady was like, okay, well I guess whatever, if it's radiation, I don't know if that's the exact word, don't quote me. But whatever's in it it's cancerous. Like it could give you.
Bitch, you gotta
That's some
wrap
Look
your
it
rose,
up.
wrap your rose in plastic,
They
I
need to
guess.
try
I don't know.
again.
Sorry,
Oh, sweet.
sorry,
Like,
ladies.
Like wrapping it
Not when
Boil
they,
it back
not when
up.
they
Sorry,
smack
What do
their
you
Back
do?
to the dick.
Oh my god.
Look, City Boys back up.
City Boys is up.
Back to the dick.
We got the Tinder swindler, and now Rose is about to be up out of here.
We'll find another one.
Dick is radiation free. We not giving you no cancer.
Word.
That's ridiculous.
Just a bunch of other shit,
Yeah,
baby.
just
Like,
there's a bunch of toxicity.
niggas be giving out a bunch of other shit. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
right, like the STDs.
I was thinking about babies. Like, god damn.
Facts.
I mean,
No,
both
but
of them
Babies
are
and headaches.
Both
Yeah.
of them are bad.
Yeah.
Babies, STDs,
Wait,
no thank
what?
you.
Babies are bad?
No, babies not bad, but I'm saying like nobody's sitting here trying to fucking get pregnant.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
we're not trying to get that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unexpected baby. Is
Unexpected
tough.
babies is just as bad as STD. It's like, hello, wow, hi.
Unexpected baby from the nigga you not supposed to be fucking is tough.
That's
Word.
something else.
Jesus Christ. Why do I keep going there?
That's crazy.
Yeah, why do
Something's wrong with me.
It's,
Are you okay?
It's the-
yeah,
it's
it's
the-
like a subconscious or
Nah,
something.
it's the
of-
conversation
Yeah,
from
so is it.
earlier.
Can I ask you something as women? Do y'all think about that before y'all fuck a nigga? Like,
About what?
Like, if something goes down and I get pregnant, like, would this
Oh,
nigga
I
be a
have
good
a
father?
conversation. I'm
Y'all
like,
think about that?
I'm
before
like,
y'all
yo,
fuck
we're
a
getting an
nigga?
abortion, right?
That's 100. That's 100%.
Yo,
That's real.
You
That's
coming
real.
up to me with the abortion? Yo, that's crazy. I've
That's
never.
100% a thought.
No, you gotta be this nigga. You gotta be this nigga. I mean, you know, if
If that's what you
what you
want
want to do, If that's what you want to do, like, you know what? I support it. You
I
know what I'm
understand
saying?
this is a tough choice
No,
for
to
you,
be honest
and we
with
gonna go
you,
whatever you want to
no.
do.
You gotta hit her with
No
that.
funny shit. No, I'm actually really terrified.
How much
to
is
get
in
one.
that?
No, be honest, I never
Why do
got
I
one.
laugh at this shit? Oh my God.
Baby?
I
STD?
never got a that too, yeah. But like I never got an abortion. I plan like to never like ever have to go through that. But if that ever led to a case, like I would do that. Like if
That's your first option.
that would be my first option.
Damn.
Like
People are so
I love
trash
kids.
now.
I
It's
wanna
like,
have
what's,
kids,
why
but, like,
would
it's
you
not-
even
yeah.
bother trying to proceed with that situation?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
The thing is that, like-
it's not somebody that.
yeah, if it's like that, like
People,
that. yeah.
honestly, people are just so trash.
Yeah,
Like,
facts,
it's,
me too.
it's very much
I'm
like
pro-choice for sure.
Yeah.
However,
OD
it's
choice.
just being a dad. Like
Mm.
I don't know if it's now because I know before I was a dad. Like it was like I've had the thought. Like if this came up,
Of course.
I even got finessed out of some abortion money before. I'm not gonna lie.
I know you can't imagine your
I
life
got
without your
finessed
kids now, of course.
But yeah, now it's like
It's inevitable. You're like, yo,
I'm thinking
your
about
kids
it
in your
now.
life.
Like if but like let's
course.
just throw a wrench in the shit. Like if I got another woman pregnant, like that I probably don't want to have a kid with. I don't know. That just the thought of an abortion will probably fuck with me.
No, honestly, that's the
I
thing. Like
get
as a
it.
woman too.
It'll probably fuck with me.
As a woman too, like I'm just speaking. I'm not saying this happened to me, but if I were to get pregnant, right? Like I'm very much pro-choice, but I'm very much also too like I would hate to get an abortion. I really want to have kids. So I really want to have like a lot of kids. Like I strive to be a mother. But if I know I'm not meant to be with that person, I know I won't be able to raise a kid in a healthy environment. Like I want to be able to make my kid happy. I want to be able to
I fuck with
agree.
be a
that.
great
I
mother
agree.
to that
I
kid. If
agree.
I know I'm not gonna be able to do that, then I have
Don't
to do what I
even-
have to do.
That's really. I'm not
Don't
This is
even
gonna
the
lie.
sad
bother.
thing is I pray
why
to
it's
God.
responsible.
I know
It's very
this won't happen.
responsible.
Yeah, I appreciate
I know
that.
this won't happen. Like I pray to God that won't ever happen to me. Like that's a scary thought to even think about. But I have to think about that things. Like as a woman, if people,
Yeah.
just as a woman, you just
The
have to
thing
think
is,
about
a lot of females think that way now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys look at like percentages and stuff when they do like the census and stuff like that, but the rate of women having children at like the age that it used to be when we were growing up has decreased severely. Like
yeah, it's
it is like
different.
almost non-existent anymore because I think there's numerous factors as to why we don't have kids the way that there used to be kids back then. But people are more responsible. We don't want to put ourselves in situations that we don't necessarily have to, unless it's a dire thing. And of course, there's other factors as to why you would choose to not proceed with having a child. But it's rough. I think it's really rough right now. Finding somebody that you're comfortable with having a child with that's worth
Yeah.
it. And also knowing that you'd not be putting yourself in a situation where you're gonna feel like you are going through hell and back
Right.
after bringing this child into the world and trying to make things work for the child and yourself mentally, physically, emotionally.
Yeah.
To have a happy kid.
But that's the thing too. 'Cause
Knowing
when
that
it
you
could
could
to men,
not
like I know
go down
for
that route.
Like I'm not speaking for all women. I know all women are different. But
Of
for
course,
myself,
yeah.
like I want to have kids, but like I want to have kids with someone I know that's gonna be a good father.
Yeah, I think
I know
every woman
myself. I'd
would.
be a great mother. Like I
But
know
I think
how-
that's every woman's goal.
Every
though,
woman's
you know?
like, yeah.
Who wouldn't want that?
But you gotta. That's the scary thing is for a man. Like, is this guy gonna be a good father? Like, God forbid, if I were to pass away, is he gonna
Right.
be able to carry on with raising the kid in a
Right.
good environment?
So to
Be
go
a
back
good-
on your
it's
question,
it's a scary thing.
we 100% think about those things because I don't
Yeah.
think there's anybody in this world that's really gonna go ahead and risk having a child with somebody or risking even getting to that point and letting that happen where you're having unprotected sex to do that and wake up the next day and be like, yeah,
Let
we're
me
gonna
just,
go
Let
through
me
with
just say
this.
this though. Us new dads, we fire.
Oh yeah.
fire.
Like
Deadass.
us new dads, like this new millennium dads,
Ain't fucking around.
niggas is not going to the store to get milk and not come back. Like we
Yeah.
gonna come back. We might cheat on the way back, or niggas might do some wild shit
Oh
like
my
before we get back.
God.
But niggas is
Then
coming
come
back
back.
for their kid.
That's terrible.
Niggas is not leaving their kids no more. Like it's a lot of niggas I know. Like in some weird situations, it might be a little uncomfortable here and there, but they really fuck with their kid. Like niggas really fuck with their kids these days. Like
It's because they come
It comes from them not really, a lot of people not having parents.
we,
So it's like
I
now.
don't fucking know
100%.
my dad. I met my dad one time,
That's crazy. Yeah.
and I was like 22.
So a
But
lot of
within
people
that same
stepping
situation
up.
of course, coming from a place where you might not have had a dad, our generation also does a lot more of not taking shit. So like before us, I feel like there was the space of you had a kid with somebody, even though you guys weren't like working the best, you still stayed together to try to like make it work. Whereas now there is no make it work. It is solely just co-parenting. Y'all might dibble and dabble here and there, whatever, but a lot of the people, like a lot of my friends that have kids that have kids with people that they're not with, they really do just co-parent with these motherfuckers and are like,
It's
listen,
possible.
you get this kid from school, you get him, whatever, and you make it work.
But the thing is,
And
like,
a lot of
as
times we
women-
weren't doing that. We weren't doing that co-parenting thing before.
absolutely not.
As clear as it is now.
I think that's because of
there
how
were a lot of blurred lines.
people
you
made
know?
the relationship. Everything was based around the relationship. It had nothing to do with the kids. Like,
Yeah.
if me and you beefing
Because that's
today,
what was important.
you better not fucking show up here trying
Right.
to pick your son up. Like, you're crazy.
Right.
And it's like,
Which was unfortunate.
the thought of that is insane, but it's like,
But that's the
how it
reality.
really was. Like, people, not was, because people still deal with that. You know what I
They
mean?
do.
But like,
They do.
that's a tough place to go. Like, yo, me and you don't fuck with each other today, so you can't see your kid.
People just having kids with. I think that today that just means a lot of people are having kids with just anybody because
Yeah.
back then, the female for her to be on some don't come here, it was our parents. Like, I'm not gonna say my mother was a floozy. My mother had me at 14. You know, 14. It was 8th grade. 8th grade, right before prom. I dropped.
Gangsta.
Whoop. Mother and father. They was I said 18, 14. I personally feel, you know, back then they just fought a little harder.
Fought harder for what though?
For the let's make this work.
That's the-
Today, a lot of girls they give up because you know why? The next nigga would.
Yeah,
That's
The
the
next
thing
nigga
too.
will pull up
somebody
and
else
take
kid.
care
That's
of
the thing
what I
too.
have to. And he is gonna make sure my bills is Gucci. You know,
Yeah.
but back then it wasn't like that. The next
Yeah.
man is not pulling up on you. The
Yeah,
bag
niggas was like, oh, you got a
That's
kid?
true.
Oh, you got a kid? Oh, nah. So it's like, let me keep my home. Oh, that bitch fucking with my man. Let me keep my, you know, back then, our parents, so I'm not going to speak down. And I know you say you met your father at the age you met your father at, but I'm pretty sure your mother fought for him to be there.
I'm gonna be honest with you. No, she didn't.
Oh, she didn't. So she didn't fuck with him.
My mother, I don't know what the interaction was, right? I can't speak for my mother. And I can also say this because I'm at the age that I am now, and I never was like, Mom, where's my dad? Like,
Yeah. Your
I
mom
just
held it
grew up-
down.
I grew up, my
was
sister
good.
was there, and then my grandmother was there. It was kind of like, oh, this is what my house
This
is.
is life, and that's it.
I never asked, like, even when I used to see, like, I have a lot of uncles. I never used to see my cousins and be like, damn, you got a dad. Those were my father figures. So it didn't even, like, register to me that I don't have a dad. So when this nigga came and popped out of the blue, I'm 22 years old, this nigga said, hey, this is your dad. We should meet up. I'm kind of like, why? And I wasn't even mad. I was just really confused. Like, nigga, why?
What's
Like,
the point?
and then when we meet up, it's kind of like, oh, okay, we look alike, bitch.
I think that's the thing. That's the goal, though. Like, I know for my parents, and I know for myself as well. Like, my parents also grew up in broken homes where they didn't know their dads or they didn't know their moms, you know, in that situation. So when you have a kid, you want to be able to provide them what you didn't have. You want to be able to have that mother and father figure there, because you didn't have that as a kid.
I'm not
So you want to
gonna
be
lie.
able to have that as with your child.
Not
You wanna
having
be
my
able to have-
dad didn't, like, push me to want to be a better father.
Okay.
That's interesting.
That shit didn't make me go, oh my God, I don't want my kid to go through what I went through. Like, that's not even, I can be honest with you. Like, that shit has no effect
I think that's the
on
first
me
time I've
whatsoever.
ever heard
I think
that.
Yeah.
literally when I
That's the first
found
time.
out my wife was pregnant, that shit just, like,
Snapped.
I was like, what the fuck? I'm about to be a dad. Like, it's up.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about my dad that I never
Yeah.
had a relate. Like, that's the furthest thing from my mind. I literally just don't give a fuck. It wasn't even like
I think
something that bothered me.
I think two things have changed and shifted in our world. One, men of today hold each other very accountable for the bullshit.
True.
Back in the day, our fathers, when niggas be like, I ain't fucking with
They
my
could
kids.
get away with murder.
Murder. Niggas wouldn't hold each other accountable.
It's
Men wouldn't hold
weird.
each other accountable.
Yeah.
Now, if I have a friend that doesn't take care of his kids, I'm gonna call him out for it, and I don't even want to hang out.
I don't
with
even
him.
wanna be
He's
around
a
a nigga
dirtbag.
like that.
Second thing is, I think women a long time ago didn't have the opportunities they have now as far as how they make money, for instance. And I'm talking from fucking CEOs of companies to fucking OnlyFans. I'm talking about women having access to wealth that they didn't have before.
Right. Yeah.
So now you have women that have choices, and they say, I am financially stable to survive on my own.
Do what I need to do.
I don't need you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now the woman she can make more than the man in some households. A lot of women do,
which is intimidating.
Which is
to
still
them.
a fight for y'all at the same time with equal wages. But nonetheless, you do have. It's way better than it was my grandmother's day. So of course, when you say I'm not taking this shit, you could dip, and I think that's what's also caused because women now have a choice, and they know that at the end of the day, I can survive and take care of my own shit.
Facts.
So that's why grandma.
So it's like, nigga,
that's why grandma stayed.
Go get that milk, stupid.
But on top of what you just said, being that we do have those choices, it is why so many women now, the percentage is such a lower rate in how long we wait to have kids. People are pushing 30, 35 before they're even considering having a kid, maybe freezing their eggs and then having another one at 40 because they can afford it.
Yeah.
They're making the coin enough to be like, I don't need a nigga to do anything for me. I can have the kid, have another one, freeze my eggs, and do whatever I want to do because I'm good.
Yeah.
Which, like you said, is very true, was not an option before.
Yeah, because back in the day,
it's like men are not really needed at that point anymore. They're needed. I'm not saying they're not needed, but I'm just saying it's a different.
Do you feel like
which wasn't available before?
Do you feel like it's better that way though?
I would say like back in the day, like the most important thing for a woman was to create a family. Like that was like the pinnacle of womanhood was getting married.
Because that's what was presented to us.
Yeah.
Like you need as a parent, you were like telling your daughter, "Oh, you're 16. You need to get ready. You're about to be married off. Like you need to find your husband. You need to XYZ."
That was a sick time.
That was what
I ain't gonna lie.
No, go ahead, Buggy.
I kind of agree with that perspective. Not when it comes to marriage, but do y'all feel like co-parenting is better for home? Because for me, like, I had like both of my parents, right? But I know a bunch of kids. Majority of my friends didn't have like both parents. Do y'all feel like co-parenting is better? You don't feel like it's more ideal to have both of your parents in the home?
I think it's more ideal.
That structure you don't think it's better?
Honestly, I think it's more ideal to have both your parents there, mother and father. Like I know some people aren't affected with co-parenting, but emotional sense, having your mother and father there and seeing the love within each other and just seeing stuff for what love is, it makes you just think differently. I think it's honestly really important.
I think seeing love is really
important. I think it's honestly extremely important. It's extremely important. And it comes to times where, yes, the mother and father do not work out, where they have to co-parent, and it has to be a peaceful co-parenting. That's where it comes to play. I've seen a lot of instances where people are co-parenting and it's been really messy to the point where the kid grows up in a fucked up environment and they're not mentally stable.
I think people just need to leave their kids out of it.
That's true, but at the same time, it's hard. It's hard to leave your kids out of it when your kid is.
No, it's not. I think.
I don't
know.
No. I think I'm a parent, right? So, I think whatever me and you have an issue about as adults, it literally has nothing to do with the kids.
I understand that,
like
but
literally,
the kid...
it literally. I think people are selfish at times, and we got to accept the fact that people are selfish.
Right.
We're selfish, and like people are really selfish sometimes because
they are.
It has nothing to do with the kid.
I know that's the thing. It has nothing to do with the kid. But the kid is still gonna pick up on it. The kid is still gonna.
Some things you can't avoid certain things.
That's the thing. You can't. You just have. Yeah.
You can't avoid. When I say you can't avoid certain things, I mean like feelings. A kid, your kid might feel how you're feeling, sure, and you might be able to communicate that to your kid a certain way. I think how you do that is very important.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel like people drag kids in to things a certain way. Look at Power. Look at fucking Tasha and Tariq. That's random. That's random. But like, look at the dynamic of how like bitter she was about her relationship with James, right? And she used her bitterness to the relationship to coach Tariq into just, you should hate your father too.
But I think that's why certain situations co-parenting is better, because back in the day, a lot of people got married because they had kids, because they felt like they needed to. Like, to create a family, you had to be married. So it's like, oh shit, I'm having a kid, so I got to get married to this person. They stay in a relationship that doesn't make them happy.
That's the thing.
The kid receives all that energy, and now they're going out into the world spreading that negativity around.
But this is why I say it's about how you communicate. So
exactly. So sometimes
I don't think you should stay in anything that you don't want to be in.
Yeah.
Right. Correct.
But how do you function
with the co-parenting.
How do you- but how do
now
you
it's like
function?
I don't have to be. I don't have to
have to
create
be
a
with
family.
this
I don't have to
person.
live with you. I don't have to like create a family with you and try and be like the mommy daddy thing. Like it's cool. Like you do your thing. I do
We
my
are
thing.
mommy and daddy.
Yeah, but it's
So
like
the literally thing always gonna be
but
what
it's
it
a
is.
different type
I
of
think
mommy
it's
and daddy
very-
With
now.
all of that,
It's
though,
very important for I don't know, the way I feel about co-parenting. I honestly don't 100% agree with it because I feel like it's very important for kids to see like both parents if it's possible in a relationship, and two, it's also important for like when you co-parent. Sometimes I think it's very important for your father to be in your life on a consistent basis.
Of course, yeah.
Just speaking from my perspective.
As
so
a mother,
the thing
as
with,
a mother,
all of that is like, I think that a lot of people forget that kids are not stupid.
Mhm.
Kids are extremely intelligent,
they're
and
sponges.
they pick up on
Sponges.
everything. And when I say they pick up on everything, I mean that they pick up on things unspoken, spoken, whispered, like loud at the top of your lung. Like kids are not stupid, right? So I grew up in a broken home, and I know what it's like to have both my parents there, and I know what it's like to have both my parents not there. And
Can I pause you for a second? Ask you a question.
sure,
Are we defining broken homes just by a parent not being there?
I'm defining broken home by a multitude of things.
Okay, that's what I was
But
curious
I'm
about.
going from the umbrella standpoint of a parent being there and then a parent no longer being there.
Okay.
So I experienced both. And what I can say is I've experienced both, and I've also worked as a caretaker, as somebody who's experienced both. I've been there with the child, taking care of the child while both parents were in the home, and while the child was experiencing the divorce of her parents, and after the fact when the second parent was no longer in the home and they were living separately. So I've seen that on multiple occasions as I've worked with children for many years, but I've also experienced it for myself. And I know what my brother experienced as my younger sibling, me watching him as the older sibling, experiencing that with our parents. So kids are smart, right?
Facts.
They pick up on everything. And when it comes to the trauma that they have to deal with later on in life, it's a very tumultuous thing that they go through that a lot of parents are not really privy to because they're not really fully understanding of what their child is feeling during that time. They're trying and they want to be present for the kid, but they're not really going to understand. And you don't really understand it unless you go through it as a child or just as a person in general. But going through it as a child changes everything as to how you are as an adult and how you adapt to how you maneuver through things in life, because you're going through a very traumatic thing as a kid. So when you go through it as a kid and you raise yourself as an adult, it's different when you see it in another child that you're watching go through this, because you can kind of see the things that you experienced as a kid in that other child, right? So when it comes to co-parenting, it's kind of like, of course, you want the best for your kid, but you also really have to be realistic to understand that your kid is not stupid.
Right.
And your kid feels every single
Right.
thing that is going on between you and that
This is
parent.
where I feel like parents sometimes they're this is where the selfishness will fuck you up, because I feel
I
like
agree.
you just piggybacking off of that Clubhouse shit, piggybacking off of you saying like kids are not stupid, right? Us knowing that kids are not stupid, we still want to try to protect them. And then in trying to protect them, we don't want to have conversations with them a certain way, or we don't want to have conversations with them at all, right? So you're damaging that kid in a bunch of different ways.
100%.
Because one, they're looking at, okay, this is what I'm used to. However old they are, I'm used to seeing mom and dad all the time, right, at home. Now I have to go through this adjustment of I'm only here with mom or I'm only here with dad, right? Let's say the kid is 5 or 6. It's a difficult thing to try to explain to a 5 or 6-year-old.
It is.
I have a 4-year-old, right? So it's kind of like
It is.
he gonna be looking at me like, what are you talking about? Right?
Yes, but they understand a lot more than we give them credit for.
However, he'll start to understand it in a way where it's like, oh, I'm going to mommy's house. I'm speaking for my son, right? So like, for him, he starts to learn things by seeing it, and like he pays attention to patterns. So if he's leaving here to go here, by the time we go there the second time, he knows where we're going. So he'll understand it in that way, like, oh, I'm here with. Where's dad? Where's
I have
mom?
a question,
like he gets
though.
it.
Are you ever gonna have that conversation with your child? And you don't have to say this on your particular you don't have to say this if it's with you, but like it just in general. Would you have a conversation with your child of why it didn't work out if they asked? Like,
Of course, I would have that conversation because
some parents are like afraid to have that conversation with their child, telling them the reason why your mom and me didn't work out was X, Y, Z. Some people are actually kind of afraid
I think
of having that
again
conversation.
it goes
which
back
I think they
into
should know. I think they should know.
selfishness.
They should know.
They
And
should know.
I have numerous friends that have had either parents that were together and divorced or parents that were never together and tried to make it work. And the common denominator of the conversations that we have with each other is that for the parents that did try to force to make it work, is me and all the other kids are like, as adults now, like, we don't understand why y'all were trying to force this shit to happen because we hated it. We hated being in this situation where we knew that y'all hated each other.
So let me ask you a
we
question.
were just
Let me ask you a
here.
question now, right? If I was in that situation, or I don't know if you were in that situation, right? But like, why would you speak to your parents and be like, "What are y'all doing?"
100%, and I personally did.
Because I'll be like,
I personally did,
be like,
but not everybody
"What are y'all
will.
doing? Y'all look good."
And
Never
it comes
really will.
out later on in life, which is the point of me saying, like, a lot of people are like, this is dumb. When when you get to that point with your parents where you can finally talk to them and you're like, hey, so this was stupid and never do this again. Like, this is dumb, right? You also become that person where the parent that you don't want to be like. You don't want to have a lot of the qualities that you might have seen that you were raised by because you don't want to emulate that into your own relationship with your future kids. But you also have the sense where you're like, I'm going to talk to my kid a lot differently than my parent talked to me because I need them to say whatever the hell they need to say to me right then and there. But you're also going to move differently because you don't even want those results to happen in front of you because you were the product of what was in front of you your entire life.
I think when it comes to not just kids, I think in general, people always say what they're going to do until.
And it's different. And then they get
like,
into it and things are
used to-
different.
Like, I don't even know why I was this way, but I'd be like, man, as soon as my son come out the womb, I'm fucking him up just so he know who's in charge. Like,
And that's wild. That's
That's so
wild.
deep.
and now it's like,
But,
bro, I
like,
won't even hit my son. Like, and I'm talking about like, even in moments where he's frustrating me because he's not listening or he didn't whatever. Like, I don't even want to hit him. Like,
I get what you're saying in regards to
You know
like
what I
you
mean?
say
Like,
you're gonna
I
do
wanna
shit,
talk to
but
him
it's gonna
a
be
certain
different.
way.
But if it's something that cuts you so deep, you're gonna make the difference.
I think
If that shit affected you as much as it affected you and whatever that is, you're gonna go out of your way to make
no,
sure it's
of
not
course,
the same
but I also
situation.
think life is really just like about adjustments.
Of course.
That's
And
fair.
I think people don't really always know how to make adjustments. So they get jammed up in that place where it's kind of like, I don't know what to do. So then you start seeing how people, like, what their true colors are. Like, when somebody's in hot water, you see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you a crab, you're going to boil, you're going to die. Or you're going to be a tea bag and it's just going to turn into brown water. Or, like, you just don't know what people are until they get in some hot water. Like, some people don't know how to adjust.
Some people don't know how to cope with things.
Like,
and
they
that's
don't know how to
why-
adjust. So, like,
Yeah.
that situation of being together, and now it's like, okay, we're not together anymore. Some people really don't know how to, like, they don't even know how to, like, function without being together. So it's like,
Right.
And people like that, I'm like, I can't even imagine how you're doing that with a child though.
but you got to you have
Yeah.
to, you literally
the
have to
thing.
figure it
Which
out.
is
Yeah.
goes back to my statement of knowing if you should bring a child into the world or not.
I think our generation is definitely a lot better at adapting to situations because, like,
Right.
I feel like there's so many different scenarios that are happening now that could possibly happen now that weren't happening like 20, 30, 50 years ago. So,
10,000%.
yeah, exactly.
For sure.
But the sad part is that, like, since we're going through it for the first time, we got to figure this shit out.
Mhm.
And then for the next generation, they're the one that's going to reap the benefits.
Right.
Because we're figuring this shit out. We're figuring out new ways. We're already figuring out new ways to, like, make money. We're figuring out new ways to create a career, figuring out new ways to start families and stuff like that. So as soon as we get through all the mud and, like, really figure out a foundation, everybody else after that is going to start eating and shit like that. But we got to, like, kind of work through it because, like, we're working through, like, decades and centuries of, like, these
generational
archaic,
trauma.
like, thoughts and dramas and shit like that. So now it's like, we're looking at it like, how the fuck could you possibly deal with that kind of shit, you know?
Yeah, because we're not with the shits. We're
Yeah,
like,
we're
I'm
not
good
with
on
the
that.
shits at all.
I'm not gonna
so-
lie. I think life almost seems like there's a cheat code sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Like when you look back at, like you're saying, like how did you deal with that? You're thinking about it because you're seeing it from your perspective of like, oh, I would never deal with that because you weren't there, right?
For sure,
So it's
that's
like
a fair statement.
you looking at it like, oh, I would never deal with no bullshit like that, and and you very well might not deal with no shit like that. But there's a version of some shit that you dealing with, that somebody 40 years from now gonna be like, oh, she's strong. I would never deal with no shit like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, like I said, I just think people, especially when it comes to kids, like just focusing on kids, like people got to figure out how to adjust. Like, cause at the end of the day, bro, like,
it's not about y'all, it's about the
not,
kids.
and this is why I
That's
say
it.
it's a selfishness thing when it comes to those situations that get spooky, because kids don't have to be damaged.
Yeah,
They really
I'm not gonna
don't.
say that a family breaking up is not a tough thing, because it's a tough thing.
Yeah.
It does not have to end horribly. It doesn't have to turn into this kid being a serial killer, or
It
like,
doesn't.
It doesn't have
But
to.
it
It does
needs
not
to be
have to go that
acknowledged
way.
that a 5-year-old is going through a divorce. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? Like it can't just be brushed upon. Like
Word. I don't
you know
think.
what
I don't think you
Daddy's
should
house.
brush it.
You're gonna go to mommy's house now.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people just try to
you have
act like
to
sometimes
communicate
it's like
to that
it's not
child.
existing, and like the kid is here. Like she's
Communicate
right
to the
there.
child
You know what I mean? Like,
in a way that
it's
that they
weird.
can accept it in that moment.
Right.
And then as they
Yeah.
get older, you can start to give them
Of
like,
course.
all right, yo, look, if it's my son, I'm gonna be like, yo, look, I did some really like bad things to your mom. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and those things that I did really hurt her. It made her feel bad.
Yeah.
And
it's about accountability.
it didn't. We couldn't stay together.
That
She
doesn't
didn't want to be
exist
here anymore
sometimes.
because of that. So now, mommy lives where mommy lives. I live where I live. But we still a fan. Like I think people can't even. Sometimes people can't even function like that. Like, yo, I fucked up, and shit went left. But you still my family, and I still, I still got you. I think things just be so. I think people just get warped in feelings, and the negative part. And it's kind of like I'm gonna stay in these feelings of what happened.
Yeah. Not to sound like a little bitch. I don't know. Not to sound like a little pussy, but like that's where therapy comes into play. No,
therapy is important.
No, therapy comes into play because people don't know how to cope with shit.
I'm not gonna lie.
People
I'm
don't
not
know how
mad
to
at
cope
therapy.
with it.
I like therapy.
You're gonna go through life shit. You're gonna go through stuff that's unfortunate.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna get you. It might.
And it's
I
just
don't know how
about
it's gonna make
coping
y'all
with it.
feel,
You
right?
cannot change the situation, but coping with it and
How did we
seeking
get so
help.
deep?
Even
I don't know.
if
Like, how the fuck did we get here? No,
Look,
not about the therapy.
I'm
Just
cool.
in general, I'm
I'm-
like, Jesus
I
Christ.
fuck with therapy, right?
Jesus Christ.
I fuck
no,
with
but it's
therapy,
important. It's really important.
but I also think people need to be like, people need to fucking acknowledge some shit for themselves. Like, I do think sometimes, and I'm not saying everybody does this, right? I do think it's cool to have someone you could have a conversation with. I'm all for that. I think sometimes people use those things, those outlets, to not have to do the work.
Very true.
And I feel like that's where shit get tricky, because you could be going through X, Y, and Z for however long, and you're talking to somebody about it, or you talked to someone about it, and then it's like, okay, what part do you play in it?
But that's the thing, that with the therapist, they're helping you, they're listening to your problems, but it's really up to you at the end of the day if you're gonna change. They cannot physically change you. They
Right.
cannot physically make you think a certain way or make you say a certain thing or make you do a certain thing, right?
Very true.
It's really up to you at the end of the day, and that's the thing where at the end of the day it's on your own. If you want to feel better, if you want to become better, if you want to be better, you have to do it on your own. The therapist is
fact.
only guiding you. You have to take the action to actually drink the water. They can just guide you to the water, but you have to actually drink it.
And that's why I think, like I said, people need
About
to
holding
adjust.
accountability
and
for
being
yourself.
accountable. Like,
Yeah,
those
exactly.
For
words
yourself
like
and for
are
others.
important.
I think therapy is good though. I do agree with you. The reason being is because, especially for black men, I don't want to get into the race thing, but the reason why I was always a person that's always been against therapy, like, stop being a bitch, get over it. You know what I'm saying? But like the reason why it's important is because as men in general, we don't really share emotions. Like, you might deal with something crazy and just be like, you know what, hold it down, and like you'll talk to nobody about it. But then you just constantly doing that over and over, and it's like you dealt with this, you just took that one on the chin. You dealt with that, took that one on the chin. You just dealing with everything, you just taking it on the chin. Next thing you know, you get into a situation where you exploding off of all that stuff that you took on the chin, but somebody looking at you like, yo, why you wilding for?
See, I think that's I don't know if that's just a black man thing. I can't speak for any other. But I do know like it's, and I'm not trying to say my parents raised me like that, right? Or my family raised me that way. But my family fucking raised me that way. Like my grandmother was super tough on me. Like,
Oh yeah.
like my sister used to get on my nerves like when I was really young. And my mom would tell me like, or I have family members that would be like, yo, your sister used to poke your nerves to get a reaction out of you, right? And I guess I had a really, really high-pitched voice when I was young. So it was annoying to like my grandmother because I would always be like, stop. Leave me alone. Right?
Imagine Kev. Stay there for 2 seconds. Everybody just think of Kev big ass. Stop, yo.
Yo, so like niggas, like my family, like my grandmother's like, yo, stop that shit. Be a man, like, right? So now I guess like in my brain is like, am I supposed to fuck her up? Like,
No, that's real.
what the
shit,
fuck
though.
do you want me to do? Like,
Yeah.
I'm mad young, and it's like
Am I supposed to fuck
That's
her?
trauma.
my sister
That's
picking on me or
trauma.
bothering me
That's
is
trauma.
like, yo, be a man. What the
Facts.
fuck does that
Yeah,
mean?
'cause
Like,
they'll suppress your feelings, but they won't give you an outlet.
what's my
so,
option?
So what am I supposed to do?
What am I supposed to do?
That's where she coming from.
Right.
With,
So
with the
like, I
therapy
think.
thing.
I like I said, I fuck with therapy. I definitely fuck with therapy, 100%. I think I just fuck with, and when I say therapy, I don't necessarily mean like licensed therapist, right?
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I don't have no problems with it. I just think being able to express yourself to someone
Of course.
That's important.
It's
and talk to yourself
necessary.
is important.
Yeah.
I think
That's
being
the
able to
thing.
do
The whole
that
thing
is
about
super
therapy,
important.
The whole issue with therapy that people have that don't seek help is that they feel like that the therapist has to help them like change, which they do help you change in a certain extent, but you have to take the action to change.
That's all I'm saying.
That's the thing. The therapist doesn't have to be someone that you don't know. It could be a best friend, it could be a mother, it could be a father, it could be anybody. The fact that you're letting out how you feel, you're letting out your emotions, that is therapeutic of itself.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the whole key component of therapy is you. And that's one thing people miss. Yes, you can talk to whoever. Yes, you could pay whoever. Yes, you can get the best insurance to get this covered, this and that, and speak
then
to the
what?
best, seek the best therapist. But at the end of the day, if you're not changing within yourself, if you're not taking word of what they're saying to be better, to do better, to feel better, you're never gonna change. You could seek the best therapist in the country, but if you don't take the action to change your mind of thinking
Yo, we
or
gotta insert,
to do
like,
better, you're never gonna
Motivational
change.
music right there, like
Yeah,
right over
yo.
this part, like
You know what?
yeah, motivational music right there is gonna be fire.
Things
That's
got so serious.
gonna be
I
tough.
don't know how we got here.
Niggas really went from talking
like
about
a
They
shit.
went
cheating
from
and
kids,
No, but
broken
shoot.
homes.
and jerking off to kids.
No funny
get
shit. No
here?
funny shit.
I'm like,
No funny
wait.
shit.
Wow.
No funny shit. Let me just say something. Like,
Wow.
this is a conversation that we do need to have because
100%.
especially, I don't know if it's like your guys' age, but I know from my age, a lot of men suppress their emotions and they stay in this bubble where they just don't grow because they don't talk to people.
I also think women don't make that shit easy,
That is the
and that's
conversation.
not to drag it or take it to
Yeah,
another place,
that's
but
a
like
conversation that we do need to have though.
that's another conversation.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, like.
Because the same shit that men be perpetuating, the women be perpetuating the same shit. Like
Yeah,
with your
like-
grandmother talking about, yo, stop being a bitch.
Yeah, like basically
Like,
telling me stop being a
yeah,
bitch.
there are a
Like,
lot of times like we're growing up. I remember a lot of women telling me that same shit, like, "Oh, you're expressing your emotions. Don't be a bitch," or like anything like that. And I'm just like, so what am I supposed to do?
I feel like
gotta
there's
be
a
tough all the
level.
time. Like,
but it's like when
I
you
think
cold
You can't be
and you
you can't be too. I ain't gonna lie. As a man, you can't be complaining and too soft about everything. For me, it's like you a man at the end of the day because your woman don't want to look like you said. Like you said in the beginning. You talking about you got to be protective of your house, your
Yeah.
household. You don't want to look at the protector and be like, "Yo, you folding."
it's not even
No,
like.
but I
But
think
who
that-
do I
that's
talk
why I
to?
get to
that
Who do I
point.
talk to when I'm having a week
Yeah.
where I'm like,
Right.
yo,
I think that with-
everything's going wrong.
Facts.
Or yo, like, I'm tired.
And that's
Yeah.
the,
Nah,
you know,
there has to be a happy.
Yeah.
There has to be a happy
there has to
medium.
be a happy medium.
There has to
and
be a happy medium.
It's a scary thing to say, but you just when
think
you
you gotta
find
talk
your
to other
person
men.
and when you find somebody that you're comfortable to speak to, they should be able to reciprocate that emotion that hey, you may not feel you have everything in order, but it's okay.
Yeah.
My
It's
thing is,
okay, you know?
if I have somebody in my life that I love, I'm never going to talk down on you in that state.
No, for real.
When you are being vulnerable with me,
Until you mad.
No.
No,
I don't cross those. I don't
for real.
cross those.
Then you like, yeah, nigga,
No.
you was crying last week because you couldn't pay the
No.
fucking bills. You bum ass nigga. Like,
That's the thing. Not
every nigga's had that happen before.
Not all women are
Every
like
nigga's had
that.
that.
yeah, like,
No, the
what?
thing is,
Bro.
I know that y'all think that
Bro.
everybody is like that, and that's what y'all can think. That's fine, but there are people out there that genuinely care about people
Facts.
and will like. If you're gonna go take that step to be vulnerable with me, I'm not going to disrespect you because I know how far it took you to even take that step to be like that with me.
Agreed, but like we didn't meet you first. We met
What?
them first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're not
Wait,
talking
no.
about
Like,
you
we
specifically.
met the people who like take the emotions and be like, oh, word.
And yeah,
Oh,
no,
you been like
that's y'all. That's
Yeah.
I
That's
feel
unfortunate.
bad. I feel really bad
Yeah,
for
that's
y'all.
like, damn.
I feel bad
That's
that y'all didn't meet
yeah.
me because I'm not gonna be that
because
person.
like we know that everyone's
feel
not gonna
really
react
bad.
that way, but it's because of the experiences that we've had early on in our lives.
I know.
It makes
but
it so
the
much
thing
harder
is, the
to
person that
do
I'm
that.
dealing with right now, he did have those experiences, but I made him feel safe enough to know that he's good with me.
Yo,
And
niggas
when he-
need that.
and when-
Niggas
and when
dead
he-
need
when
to feel
he
safe.
needs and when he
Facts.
needs to go there, and I need to just hold him and let him know everything's gonna be good, or just listen to him and have him be like, "Yo, what's going on? Just tell me what it is." It may take a little pushing, but I'm gonna get to the root of the problem. I'm gonna be like, "Okay, cool, we figured this out. Take a deep breath. Now, how can we resolve this?
I'm not gonna lie.
And what can we do?
I don't know about
And we can
I don't know
figure
about
it
y'all,
out.
right? I'm speaking to the guys in here, but like,
When you love somebody, the way that I love this man, if you love somebody, you're going to do what you need to do.
see,
gonna-
but,
yeah.
but,
And
look,
I'm gonna be there for him
I don't
in
know
any
like
way
about y'all,
possible.
but like for me, like when something go wrong, first of all, like my life is just based around money and family, right? So like, and like, if you hear like
and
y'all my
he
family,
don't just run
y'all
to
like
me
my
to tell me
family,
this
right?
shit.
So like for me, it's like, yo, if I don't know, like I know niggas be like, I can't function when money's not the way I want it to be, right?
And he's
So,
the same
like,
way.
I can't
Shit
function
goes
like
left.
and it's like for me, it's not like that I feel less of a man at all. It's not like that. Like money come and go. You know what I mean? Like niggas is hustlers. I lose, I'm gonna get it, but I know I'm gonna go get it. You know what I mean? But it's like I don't know how to talk to a woman about that shit sometimes.
I don't
That's
think you're
the thing.
supposed to.
Because I feel like
Yeah.
I don't
it's
think
not
you're
even your
supposed to.
place to
Yeah.
even like
No, but that's the
I
thing.
gotta go get it anyway.
No,
like
no,
I don't
no,
even
no.
want to have this
But it's
conversation.
okay. Once
I
you
know-
find that woman that fully loves you, you're gonna be able to speak to them about that. You're gonna be able to speak to them about your struggles with them, and they're gonna be able to accept it and not judge you for it.
I don't think
My
so.
thing,
I
no,
don't
no,
know.
no, no,
But
no,
that's the thing.
I don't
It
think
just
so.
depends on what
Yeah, they're
moment
out
you go
there.
for it.
No, I'm not saying they're not
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're not
And
out
that's
there.
You should. I think.
What I'm
honestly,
saying is that's something I
No,
struggle with
that's the thing.
personally.
If you feel you should or should not, that's your preference. I can't say what you should or should not do. That's what your relationship with that person, right? But if I'm talking to my man and I obviously can tell that something is wrong and we get down to the bottom of a conversation, he's just like, I'm just frustrated. My money's not right. Okay, got it. That's it. That's all you have to say. Heard you. You're figuring some shit out. That has nothing to do with me.
Nah, that's
She
not.
That's
just
what you
she
gotta
just must
figure
just be
out.
perfect, right?
No, I'm not saying no.
'Cause
but-
women be
no,
like-
but listen,
What?
Women don't be like
No,
women
but-
don't just
no,
answer like,
listen.
okay, cool, let's leave it
no,
alone. That is
listen,
not how it
no,
goes.
but this is a person that I've been working with and on life with for years. It's not something that we just blossomed to yesterday and was like, here we go.
No, I hear you.
It took a while for me to even get to the point where he would even be open enough to tell me what was wrong with him.
Son.
So for us to get to the point where he's gonna be like,
How'd you feel
I'm
about
just-
that though? Like how were you able to sustain like?
It was really
this nigga about to
hard.
say some
Did
shit.
you want to?
It-
give up?
I'm
No,
dead
it
ass
was
in
like-
love.
it
This nigga face, he like
Did you
No,
want to
because
give
it's
up?
really hard because so in the situation that I was dealing with, like I started like this situation where I was more of the vulnerable person. I wanted to be more open and like about how I felt, and that wasn't his thing, right? It was almost like I had to kind of like adapt to how he was, where it was like, we don't really do emotions. We don't really do talking about our feelings. And that's not who I am.
Right, same.
But I adapted because like I loved him and that's just kind of what it was. And so, we went through things where we were like together and we weren't, together we weren't, like whatever. And it just kind of came to a point where I just started doing my own thing. He started doing his own thing. And we kind of came back together. When we came back together after having that space apart, it was different. And he was more like on the vulnerable side of wanting to be more like touchy-feely on me. And I was like, get the fuck away from me.
I have a
Because
question.
I felt very much so adjusted
Interesting.
to the the way
it
that we were
was.
prior.
Right.
So I was like,
See,
I was that person before we got to, like, I was never a relationship person. I was very
Right.
much cold heart, don't want to deal with nobody.
Right.
I wasn't that girl. So when I went out on the limb with the people that I did date over the years, each time I opened my heart a little bit more, and I felt like I kind of got slapped in the face because of the fact that they were not receptive to being as warm and lovey as I was. And like I said, that was a risk for me myself because I was never that person. So to do that, I was already like, damn, I'm going out on a limb. It's not really working for me. So when we came back together, it was kind of just like, you know, he was all over the place. And I was like, yeah, I'm not interested in this.
This ain't it.
Because whatever. But that space, I don't know what happened in that space, but now it's a very much like he's much more open with me than he was in the beginning. And I am working on still being the receptive, lovable person that I used to be, but I'm grateful that he is open the way that he is because he was never that way before. And that's always what I wanted for him, to just trust me enough to know, like, I'm here for you, just to be a space for you to talk about your feelings because, like we said before, I can't speak on any other race, but for Black men, they're not given the opportunity to speak on how they feel or express themselves a lot of times without being put in a position where they are like convicted for expressing
Called a
themselves.
Ridicule.
Yo,
Wait,
Yeah,
I have a
like-
question.
I really
have
think-
a question about that. Oh,
No, my bad.
that's right.
I really think, and this is tough to say, right? But like, I don't think, you know how women say, like, I want to feel like I'm safe with you, right?
Right.
I don't think women even think about a man feeling safe.
I do. Personally,
I
I
I
do.
think on a
I
large
do.
on a
I
large
do.
I do.
scale, y'all are just the two perfect women in the world. Thank you
No,
for being here.
no. I'm not trying to.
But-
No,
But
because
I'm just thinking, I'm
Because
thinking
I'm not gonna try to. I'm not gonna diminish the
No,
amount
no,
of work
I'm not-
that had to be put in to get into the space
No,
for
I hear you.
me and this person to
But
feel
I'm talking
safe
about
with
on a
each
large
other.
scale. I do not think women have that in the front of their mind as far as like, does he feel safe with me, right? And
I think that-
I think when women get into an interaction with a man, a lot of the things it goes like this, and I could be wrong. Y'all could tell me I'm not a woman. Security, and loyalty. Security as far as like,
Provider.
is he a provider? Is he thoughtful as far as like, can he take care of me, not just financially, but can he cover me, right? And then is he gonna cheat on me?
I feel like
And I feel like those are the two things that women value and put their energy into. I don't feel like it's his mental health. Is he okay? Like, does he feel safe with me?
But that's the thing. I feel like
I don't feel like that's a
I feel like
thought.
the generation now, at least
I feel
my
like that's
Definitely this
generation.
I feel
generation.
like that's
Oh,
unfortunate.
no, at least my gen. Well, at least from
I feel like that's
me
very
and like
unfortunate.
a bunch of other women that I know. We are the type of people that want to make our men feel safe.
Where the
So-
fuck y'all be at? Like,
No, I'm being dead ass. Like we want to be able to make our men feel safe. We want to be able to, when it comes to
mental health just
not-
what?
just became a thing.
But not
he
for
said.
not
Yeah,
for
no, for
Mental
real.
health just became
maybe on
a
a
thing
scale
to
of
talk about,
public
but
eye.
no, like.
But if you're dealing with somebody that's already been dealing with anxiety and depression and things of that nature, then mental health has always been a thing. For
if you
me,
were, long
mental
story
health
short,
has been a
she's saying
thing.
if you
been
were
a
a good
thing.
person, then you already was taking care of your partner in that regard.
No,
You
for
saw
real,
that.
yeah.
If
in
you're
that
dealing with
person.
somebody that comes
I get
with
that.
trauma, then you don't have a choice.
That's true.
Because
That's
if you're
very
going to
true.
try to build anything or try to move past certain things, you don't have a choice then to actually deal with everything that's happening at hand.
I have a
So no,
question.
when mental health is very important, you have to deal with
See,
it.
you're one of
can't.
you guys are one of the rare people in the world that have
Yeah,
a
I've
high.
been told that.
You have a. I didn't say it.
I'm crying.
That have a high emotional IQ, right?
And
I don't-
awareness.
And right, and awareness, right? You have a high emotional
I
IQ
think my
because
mom
I
said
met
that.
a lot of women that you go on a date, right? For instance, and they won't shut up. In a sense of, do you realize I haven't told you anything about myself?
At all.
You've just been talking about you.
See?
You know those, you know how that
No,
goes.
but that's the
Yeah.
thing. Nowadays,
Yeah.
nowadays there's a reverse. Like nowadays, it's men talking about themselves. Like, oh yeah, do this and do that, and don't say shit about like acts about you.
Well,
like, oh, what
there's
do you
that's
do?
both sides.
But that's
There's idiots.
never been the
Yeah,
case
yeah,
There's
before,
fools
so I'd
on both
rather
sides,
listen.
right?
Yeah.
Like there's
I
fools on
wanna
both
hear.
sides,
Yeah.
right?
Because
Me too.
it's never been that way
I'm
before.
more of the person that I'll give from what you give me. You know what I mean? So it's just like if you
Yeah.
talk to me and I just want to know about you, and then I'll give you whatever. But I want to make sure that when I say something, you just don't kind of run on top of
Yeah.
it, because that is the first telltale that lets me know if we get into this relationship, who's going to give a fuck about who? Are you going to put yourself first in our relationship, or am I going to matter in that relationship? Because I feel like men get lost in that regard, and we don't have a safe. I'm gonna be honest with you. We don't have a safe space in today's world to express to you, hey, you know what? I know you are the prize. You're absolutely right. But guess what? I'm also a man. And I do want to feel special too. And I'm not allowed to say that. I'm not allowed to say that.
And we matter. It's the why.
Fair.
Why we matter.
Right. Because guess what? We just like, that's what I tell women all the time. We just like y'all. I want to feel special. I might not say it.
But that's the thing.
But I want to feel like that nigga. Like that's my way of saying it.
That's the thing too. That's the thing too. When it piggies back, at least for my sense, with the mom and dad having a part in your life. My father was very present in my life. I'm extremely close to my father and my mom. My dad, though, he's more emotional. I have a very emotional dad. My dad is very much like, I love you so much. Like, you're my baby girl. Like, I want you to be with a great man. Like, I have a father that's like that I got raised by. And so when I go for a man, I kind of try to emulate. I try to find someone that emulates my father's presence.
They always say women date their fathers.
For me personally, I love my dad. My dad's funny. My dad's goofy. My dad's like a beautiful businessman. Like, he's a funny guy. He's a great guy. He did an amazing job.
He's the model. He's the model.
Yeah, he's like I look up to him like, wow, like I want a man that emulates that. But nowadays it's like they just care about themselves. Like, I don't know, like,
though. I don't date my dad.
Where do you meet men?
I don't date my mom.
I don't date my dad.
I would never date my mom.
I just
far away from
Hold on a second. Hold on.
That's a good question.
Because that's important.
Yes.
No, that's a good question now.
I said, where do you meet men? Like, where do you get your? Where's this poll coming from?
So
Where your statistics coming from? Because I feel like when you make a statement like that's how men are these days, right?
Wait, what?
So she said she was talking about how men are these days.
Care about themselves. Like, when I talk to guys or guys talk whatever, they just mention about them.
That's odd.
I feel like
that's
no.
I feel like men, because I feel like a lot of guys we be know. I don't know.
But this is why I said, where do you meet men?
Because we know better.
That's that odd, honestly.
We know better. We know to listen. We know to.
Where do you meet men?
A lot of guys don't though. Nowadays don't. Like, I don't know what I'm not saying you guys are.
No, I'm not.
Like,
I'm just saying. Where do you meet guys?
Like,
are they rappers, Sabi? Are you meeting rappers?
No,
I'm not trying to do it. I'm not trying to put it out there like that.
Word.
But some of them.
But where do you meet guys?
It's just vice versa. Sometimes, like, I mean, I'm not saying I give anything to them. I just like talk to people. I'm not saying I'm entertaining their presence, but even when I'm just talking to them, they just mention about them. Like, I'm not trying.
Can I be honest with you?
Yes.
And this is not like this is friend
Right,
talking.
yeah. Be honest, yeah.
And you could help me out with this, like about how niggas could be sometimes, right? I don't think, like before I met you,
Right.
when I saw you, I saw like the image of Sabi, right? And I thought one thing.
Oh. Yeah.
Not bad. It's not bad at all. I'm just saying when I met you, I said, "Oh my God, she's such a sweetheart."
Yeah.
Literally, like,
beautiful. Oh, I like that.
But when I met you,
take
but when
that.
I saw you, I was just like, "Oh, she's gonna be like kind of like funny and or I don't know, like I was just like hesitant, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at you, just looking at like the way I saw you, I was just like, okay, I don't want this to come off like I'm trying to holler at her, right?
Facts.
So I was trying to be very like,
hey,
yeah, like
and that's the thing that I
you're beautiful
that.
and I need you because I think this would be amazing.
We thought you were a douchebag. So just let
we were
prepared
almost like
for a douchebag.
Before meeting you.
We were prepared for you to be a douchebag.
Not necessarily. I don't want to say stuck up because I don't think women are stuck up.
Not stuck up, but just like.
But I do think that
like
some women, some women
she
come
may be
off
an
a certain
asshole.
way because they have a lot of guys.
Pretty
Like, shooting all the time.
girl with a big
That's
following.
one thing.
Like,
it
you
comes
just
into
like,
play with your mother and father.
But
like
we're
my
not
father
those-
being my
and
life.
we're
like,
not
I
those
got
guys.
raised
So
that
I
way.
I made sure I was very clear about why I was reaching out to you and whatnot.
For real, yeah,
But
I appreciate
when
that.
I met you, I was like,
Oh,
shit,
she cool.
She dumb cool.
Oh,
like
thank God.
And what happened that day? Everybody literally just had like a good ass time.
That's a
you know
fact.
what I
So
mean?
fun.
That's a
Because
fact.
it's like nobody not. Every man is not trying to fuck.
That's a fact.
Right? Like every man is not as horny as women believe
Say
us
it
to
again,
be. Like,
bro, please.
I'm just
Jesus
saying, like
Christ.
she could
y'all
tell
know
you.
people only think y'all that horny though because of guys though, right? Like
Yes,
y'all
no,
talk,
no,
y'all talk
because
so
of the niggas
hypersexualize
Yeah.
everything.
But this
that's
is
like,
why I said. But
y'all
this is
don't
why I
usually
said,
think that,
where
though.
do you meet guys? Right.
No,
so
where
like,
you meet a guy will definitely
what kind of
somewhat
guys do you
determine
allow
how the
into your
conversation's gonna
space?
go.
to kind of
They can
like.
still be a piece of shit, but it'll help. You know, if you're meeting them on a rooftop, or if you're meeting them on the ground, it's like,
Because I don't hang around. I don't like hanging
Because-
around them type of niggas. Kev, no, we don't like hanging around them
We
type of
literally,
niggas.
I don't know what it
where,
is.
Like they just act like they just get extra around girls. Like me and Kev, we all know like we could tell who don't belong around
girls.
niggas when women come in.
Oh my God.
That's how you judge a man. That's how you could
Facts.
tell who a man really is. When
And
a woman
we-
come in,
and we literally-
I literally see if I see an attractive woman come in, I go, oh, I'm about to find out who everybody is.
Because you see niggas start
how they act.
squirming.
Weird,
Niggas
get
start
weird
getting
and
on
change
hoes
their whole
and shit.
personality.
Niggas start being
change.
comedians.
Niggas is funny. But you know who I love?
Niggas start, yo,
Real talk, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I
gotta
shot
go
this
deposit
nigga,
this.
bro.
I gotta
shot this
go
nigga in his
deposit
face. I
That's
told him
crazy.
stop playing me. But you know who I really fuck with? The niggas that don't change when the girl
real,
comes in
that's
the
what I
room.
like.
Yeah.
Those are the niggas I go.
Yep.
He
Exactly.
used to this.
I got
This
me
ain't
one.
nothing.
Exactly.
We
I got
we
me
the type
one.
of girls that gravitate towards
I
those
love
guys.
him.
See, and then
And,
Don't
and, that's why,
change.
and I'm
And then the
dealing with
crazy
one
thing
right
is-
now.
Gravitate towards people that are
I'm
fake.
dealing with that specific type of guy right now.
But
I have
don't
a
change.
question for
Cool.
you.
Women-
Not cup
We
of
used to
tea.
it. It ain't nothing.
Women
It don't
hate
shake
that,
him.
though.
Sure ain't. And
Oh
he-
no.
he does the fuck
Can
you
I
get
say
me.
something?
Which is crazy.
That's a part of
Hey,
niggas
what?
that used to it. Game.
Women hate that.
It's like just be
Hey, what?
normal.
women. So like,
Be normal.
just speaking about like how we are, right? Temp could tell, like we could have women around just because we like a female's company.
Just be chilling.
That's
And
it.
chill.
Yeah.
That's literally it. Like it literally don't be like we trying to invite, like y'all drinking, like let's call it what it is. Y'all drinking alcohol, like
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and
chilling.
nobody's uncomfortable. Like, oh, these niggas might
We're
try to
just
fuck me.
chilling.
Right. Or we don't be communicating like, yo, who on it? Who
Yeah,
on
like,
it?
nniggas don't
it
really-
It's,
we
I
really
swear
do
to you,
not
don't
give a
be
fuck.
like,
It used to be
it
the
like,
vibe.
Bro,
Like,
you can't just
back
like
we
we
chilling,
chilling
like,
for a second.
yeah.
whatever
Maybe
happened,
we'll
happened,
sit
or
down
whatever,
just
but-
chilling
Right, but it's just
for
like that's just
hours.
how we are, right? So we'll be that way, and women are very comfortable around us.
very
Like
facts.
very comfortable around
Facts.
us.
And you'll
it's
know
not
when a
like
woman is uncomfortable.
That's no,
You'll
absolutely,
know.
because they leave.
They'll leave.
Exactly.
But I like that, and that's my whole thing. It's just like to create an environment where it's like, hey, there's no pressure here.
Right.
You know what I mean? You want to drink?
But we'll
No.
also tell y'all like, hey, I left because so and so was in
Oh,
the corner being a fucking weirdo.
we know the vibes.
Oh, yeah, nah,
while
we know
were
about
that kind of shit,
chilling.
too.
No,
We know the
No, I
vibes.
kind of say like
But women, like I'm saying, like women that you're dealing with don't like that kind of comfort that you give or that you create for other women.
Oh, that's a whole. That's
a
a whole
whole
nother
nother-
topic.
I'm just saying,
gonna
women don't like
Who
that.
want to talk on this one? Who
We'll
want
save
to
that
on the
one.
mic?
That's next. We'll
I
save
ain't
that for
saying
next
nothing.
Yeah,
episode.
save that for another day.
But yeah, I think
I'm
like.
coming back for that one.
But that's why I
Me
asked.
too.
What was the
where-
question you want to ask me? So you had a question.
I wanted to ask.
Yo, women be hating. They are fucking haters, bro.
Oh,
so
he
you a vibe, huh?
Haters.
You a fucking
Now he
vibe?
haters.
Yo,
You
remember when
vibe?
Mike said after, I think it was after like a release party or something like that, he was like, yo, Dev, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, that was the first time I saw you like walking around. I understood shit. That shit was spooky. Like, he was like, I saw you like entertaining people. That shit was spooky. Like, niggas can pick up on
Yo.
niggas like that, just like know how to mingle and shit
Yeah.
like that. And girls, your girl
Your
doesn't
mic
like
voice
that.
is hilarious.
Oh,
Like,
Dev, like, deadass. Mike will tell you he'll
dead
kill
how you
you with
sound.
the wildest voice in the world. Yo, real talk, I'm gonna kill you niggas.
might
When I
shoot
see
you in your
I'm
fucking
gonna
face,
shoot
you
you.
know
He's
what I'm
the
saying?
queen. He's the Batman of Queens.
that's a fact.
No, but I want to go piggyback on what you're saying about your current person and how you went through a lot with that person. Just in a sense, if you had a daughter and you saw your daughter going through that, how would it make you feel? Did it make you, your particular situation, did it make you go through a lot of emotional pain? And if so, if your daughter were to go through that same situation, what advice would you tell her?
So, it wasn't necessarily pain. It was more of a frustration of not being able to understand him or understand the mental space that he was in, and trying to be there for him, but not really knowing how to be there because I couldn't really understand exactly what it was that he was like struggling with. And being though that there wasn't that much communication in that specific area within our relationship, it was hard for me. Me as a person though, as somebody's child, I have a very great relationship with my mother, but it's not that type of relationship. She's not in my business. I don't go to her to tell her anything. I've been independent since I was like 14. That's my mother, but she doesn't know anything. So if I had a daughter like me,
What if your daughter you just see her emotionally different?
yeah, I mean, I'd have a conversation with my daughter to try to figure out exactly what's going on. I would hope to set the best example for my kid already before she even has to start dealing with men, to know like, hey, this is who you are. You are worth this. You don't need to settle for anything less than that. And I want to be as transparent as possible with my kid to understand, you know, there are a lot of things that you can go through that will like not, you know, potentially give you the best results. However, like, I'm not going to bullshit with my kid. Life is going to happen. You're going to go through shit. And you're going to have to go through shit on your own to make the decisions that you're going to make in order to be the person that you're going to be. I can't tell you how to live your life. I can only try to help to guide you.
And hear you.
Yeah. And I mean, that's kind of what my mom did. I could have been more open with her, but I chose not to because that's just me. I would love for my kid to be open with me, but I'm going to respect my kid. And I'm going to raise her. I'm going to raise her enough to know that she's going to be good enough to do what she needs to do the way that I did what I need to do.
Right.
Yeah, I think that distinction.
Nah,
is like
fuck that. I'm gonna be
important.
nosy, but I'm gonna be. I still want to like
respect
give you your space.
My mother wasn't up my ass, and
but I want to know what's up.
I have a
I'm not gonna be
question.
in my
I
kid's
have a
ass.
question for you, Kev.
For me?
Yeah.
What's up?
How do you plan to handle your child's social media intake?
Intake?
It's the interview question.
Oh God.
I'm here for it.
Nah, I think
That's a good one.
I'm gonna be honest. That's not
So many questions.
That's
I
not
love
really
it.
gonna be my department.
Okay. Okay, that's honest. That's honest.
I'm just because and I say that because I'm so desensitized.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I think those I wouldn't really be helpful in those conversations.
Okay.
I know their mom would be like, no, this is where this cuts off. This is where this is not okay. And I'll support
whatever your partner.
Yeah,
you know that you trust in your partner so much that you're like,
I'll support.
She'll do the
she
right
know
thing.
what she not fucking with, and I'll support that.
Got you.
I know for me, like it would have to hit me in the face to be like, okay, no, that's not okay.
Got you, Dad, and that's a dad thing.
Yeah, like
dad is short term, mom is long term.
Oh, that's not okay. Turn that off.
Right.
What is that? You know what I mean? Like it gotta hit me like that. I'm not. But she's very like in tune with like. And I'm talking about like down to like my son knows how. You seen him?
Yeah.
He'll come in here and we have iPads in here set up to do stuff in here, and he's like, "Man, fuck this, YouTube." Am I lying?
Like,
no, you're not.
How do we get here?
He's coming here. I'm like, "Hey, what the fuck?"
He's like, yo, you fucking up the vibe. Like,
ain't no women
turning
here,
the lights off. He come in here like, get this shit out of here. YouTube,
bang, yeah.
And he goes straight to it, right?
Yeah, I've seen him do it.
I don't even know. My kid is 4.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell you that how the fuck he know how to spell Ryan's World.
But he know how to do it.
But that motherfucker could go straight to Ryan's World and be. But then he got his little Grand Theft Auto things that he be.
Does that fear you though? Because like
it doesn't bother me. Like I said, I'm desensitized to a lot of shit. So I play Grand Theft Auto with my son.
That's dope.
But let his mother find out.
It'd be a whole nother thing.
Because they curse in Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. So the first time he cursed, it was like.
What about what your son sees in school that he probably doesn't?
No.
What about what your son sees in school that he probably doesn't let you know? What about, because what the internet does is it is a new norm. Like kids go to school now through Zoom. Everything's through internet.
See, but I work in the school.
Yeah,
so
it's a thing.
It's gonna be very difficult for him to get around certain conversations.
It's the time.
Does he go to your school?
Hell no.
It's a high school, right? You in the high school?
Yeah, I have a high. It's a high from 6 to 12.
One thing I will bring up to you, and I want you to think about this, right? Were there times that your parents brought something up to you, right? Like, Sabi, you know not to do this. And you looked at parents like, I'm not fucking stupid. Like, I remember my dad bought me GoldenEye for the first time.
It's gonna happen every time.
Mm-hmm. Right. Like, my dad bought me GoldenEye for N64. I'm old as fuck, right? Old as fuck. You feel it. You know it. And I remember he giving me the game system.
Right?
And my dad said, wow. Shout out to you for thinking that.
But it's not the same thing.
My dad said to me, he said, Devon, you know this is a game. People are shooting in the game, but this isn't real life. And I looked at him like, I'm not fucking stupid. And I feel like at the same time, I think that if you instill, I said that to say this, if you instill certain morals and principles in your child and you know your child, then I think that you know in your heart, in your head, hey, I know they know the difference between this video game and actual real fucking life.
That's the thing though. That's a valid point. But the thing is, nowadays is social media and just internet access is more accessible now more than ever. COVID has now is a thing where people go through Zoom online and everything like that. And yes, you do know your child enough to know that they're not gonna do anything crazy if they were to play a game and not do anything in real life. Right. But I just feel like you just gotta monitor still, especially if your kid's so young and developing their brain still.
Yes.
And it's a crazy thought.
Right.
I'm not saying your kid is gonna become crazy or anything like that, but it is. They have more access to the internet more than you know.
Yeah, you just gotta learn how to have those conversations.
You just have to have those conversations.
Like,
you have to be comfortable to have those conversations.
Yeah, a lot sooner than you probably want to.
Ever.
Probably,
but like
it's gonna get more worse. It's gonna get more worse.
So I think it has to be even sooner.
Yeah,
I think I want to be. So I knew somebody that was really honest with their kids. They identified what a penis was. They identified what breasts were. Because if anybody ever touched them, they want to be able to say he touched this or she touched that. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think that maybe you're right. Maybe we need to have those conversations a lot sooner. I agree with you there.
I see a lot of kids. I worked with kids. I used to manage a daycare. Like I know how kids. I love kids.
Same.
I just know how they operate. Like they're sponges.
Come on, 38.
Kids are sponges.
Kids are sponges.
Yeah,
kids
I would
are
catch.
Sponges. When they grow up, they adapt to. They see everything. They learn from everything. This crazy stuff that kids have told me that I didn't even know at freaking the age of 21.
I would catch. Hey,
kids is fucking.
Kids is fucking. I would catch boys in the bathroom together. Like I'd catch them. I'd be like, hey.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, what?
I would catch boys. Yes.
Kids is fucking.
5 years old.
Right now?
Yes, I was a camp counselor.
Like
wait, you said
wait.
Like 5 years old.
You caught
I catch them in the
5-year-olds
bathroom
in the bathroom together.
Because you know how you let two at a time.
Goodness.
And sometimes I catch them in the same stall and they looking at each other and I know what they're looking at each other like,
no,
you have one too.
they wasn't doing anything. They're just exploring.
Yeah, they were exploring, but I'm like,
curious.
guys, you gotta give each other space and
for real. Like
kids take their penises out all the time.
Oh, well, that too.
And they're like, hello.
School.
Yeah.
But it'd
be like this, but it's like hello.
But
with internet access,
it's happening.
With internet
and that's
access, they end up doing things that is not okay.
The problem is they fucking
before the internet. Like,
the other problem is that they fucking and they recording.
It's worse now than ever, though.
Yeah. What?
It's one that we can't agree on.
They recording themselves.
Kids are putting everything on social media.
I heard a lot. Not saying your kids like in your high school, but I heard a lot of kids are like fucking in the ass because they think that I'm trying to preserve my virginity. Like a lot of girls are like young girls are fucking in the ass. I've seen that. They're fucking in the ass to preserve their.
Which is trash. You know what I did hear though? You know what they used to do? You know what they used to do years ago?
Like a lot of girls are doing anal sex.
Have you ever heard of this years ago? I mean, maybe still now, but like years ago when I was in like high school and stuff, the girls used to take tampons, soak it in alcohol, put it in their ass, and get them fucked up because it would get in your bloodstream faster.
Some white girl shit.
I never heard that.
Yeah,
that's weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that
like
weird.
soak the tampon in alcohol, like what was back then, like vodka and shit. I don't know. Yeah, it's Fedica or what is it? Pinnacle whipped and shit.
I'm sorry. Wait.
Yo, putting Pinnacle whipped cream vodka in your ass is crazy.
So they would take the tampon, dip it in the alcohol,
whipped cream.
get it, put it up their ass. I mean, I'm hoping they use lube. I don't know.
I'm ready to
put it up their ass. You done? All right. Well, they would get fucked up though because they're getting their bloodstream
shoving
quick.
fucking alcohol in your
saying.
ass. That's when niggas go to bed.
Definitely, maybe like white girl thing. I don't know, but yeah,
that's crazy. Mm-hmm. That's OD.
Whoever was the first person that did that shit is like.
Well, Dev, let's think. I was around for the Four Loko whole situation at 5 times, so I'm sure I've seen some wild shit.
Four Loko and
I'm sure I've seen some wild shit.
Crazy, like
they was doing it. I was out of college by then, but y'all niggas generation was wilding the fuck out. For local generation is a different generation. A lot of the people died. We talked about this.
Yeah, for local is
crazy.
So
38.
You couldn't just drink.
You were in high school.
No, you don't drink the tampon. You put it up your ass.
No, what
I'm saying
is,
why don't you just drink the alcohol?
Oh no, they
why
do
are you
that
shoving
too.
it in your ass?
But they was on pills and shit.
They were just trying to find new ways to get fucked up. At this point.
I don't know how we got here.
Oh, let's switch something else. Talk about something else.
Oh, let's talk about.
Oh, this nigga just went on a date.
You guys like talking about something scary? Hey, what's up?
That's
the date fit.
That's when a nigga walk back in from a date. It's it's crazy when a nigga walk in from a date.
Did you go to the movies? What was the date?
Oh, it was a date. Yeah, that ass. I heard a we.
Is it like a lounge?
Oh,
the edge?
Oh, he's fucking.
You like her. You like her.
Oh,
that nigga is.
Okay, I have a question.
That nigga is fucking.
What?
I have a question.
What up?
All right. What are the top 3 qualities you look for in a person?
Oh, yeah.
In a woman?
Yeah, I mean you're not dating a man.
No, you said a person.
All right, I'm sorry. In a potential significant other.
Okay. Yeah.
It sucks because women are not funny, but
I'm fucking hilarious.
I'm
so
fun.
fuck
I'm quirky.
you.
I don't talk about.
I'm great.
I'm a good
like
time.
I said, you guys are the two
A
most
lot of
worst
women
women
are
in the
not
world.
funny. Sorry,
Thank you for
no,
being
I'm
here.
good
No,
time.
I'm not saying I'm perfect,
Women are
but
not
I'm
fucking
funny
funny
as
at
hell.
all,
Women are
at
not
all,
funny.
but
I'm not funny.
No, I think I'm not funny. I get told I'm not funny.
fucking
So.
funny, bro.
No,
But I want a
I'm a
woman
comedian
with a
now.
sense of humor, and I think that goes, with even how she receives something that's funny. You know what I mean? Like, because I hate the fact that sometimes I think certain things are funny, and I think my sense of humor is dark, like very
Oh,
dark.
I love that shit.
And it's
Yeah.
like I would hate to be dying laughing at some shit, and you just sitting there judging me like.
You don't think though when you get with somebody that it gets to the point where you don't even care if they laugh, like you? When,
It's not
like,
even
you
that
know,
I
like,
don't
years
care,
down,
but
you're
it's like when you
Yeah,
when you
whatever.
think
Yeah,
about
'cause I'm on my phone
being with
trolling on
somebody,
TikTok.
when you think about being with somebody, you think about like I just want to be able to enjoy myself with you, like without the mask.
But sometimes enjoying yourself is you laughing at something and me looking at you like, I guess it really wasn't that funny, but congratulations.
No, I'm
If
cool.
it evolves to that point,
No, I'm
yeah.
cool. I think
If it evolves to that,
of course
then
it
Yeah,
gets
it's
to that.
been years.
It gets to that. It gets to
That's
the
what it
points
is
where I'm
now.
like, okay, I need my time. You have your
laugh,
time.
yeah.
I
Whatever.
think-
But I think
I
sense
know-
of humor is one.
Like I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I enjoy him playing his game and me scrolling behind him on TikTok. Like you can play
No,
Madden
no.
and me being like this, like that for me is
That's
joy.
cool.
No, but the
That's
thing
the
is,
quality
I
time.
love that.
That's
I'm
quality
like,
time.
yes.
That's the thing. Like,
We're not
I
talking.
personally,
You're
for
doing your
me,
thing,
I'm
I'm
the
doing my
type of
thing,
person.
and that's it.
No, for real. I think that personally for me, I think it's like.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
If-
Kendall,
even
Now you
if-
good.
sorry.
I'm gonna
even
get back
for
to
you,
my. I'm on two.
I'm the type of person that's even if you were to play Madden, no, 2K or something. Like if you're about to like have your player hit a certain level where you're able to you're able to do like mad shit, cool shit, and you think it's amazing, you think it's like such an achievement for you. I back you up. I'm like,
You
yeah,
are so fucking positive,
Yo, I'm like,
like-
your player's achievement. Yeah,
I'm not gonna
I got
lie.
it. Like,
Let me-
4 or 5 years ago though, him wanting to play Madden all day long, I couldn't handle it.
Oh yeah, if it's all day
I'm
long,
like,
that's
I'ma
oh
keep it a
my
buck.
God.
Don't
Now
fucking
I'm like,
cheer for
I'm
me while I'm
playing
playing
your
2K.
game. I'm like,
Leave me
are you playing
alone.
your game? I'm like,
Leave
please
me
play
alone.
it. Yo, I'm like,
Don't cheer for me while I'm playing
Please.
2K.
Get up and say he gone outside.
Go.
Don't cheer for
please
me
go.
while I'm playing 2K.
Okay, I'm gonna go through my history because
Like, don't fucking cheer for me.
it's a little
You don't wanna
different for
change
me.
that?
He's doing what?
Like that's.
I like that though.
And I'm comfortable when well, not even we chilling. He's chilling doing whatever he doing.
No,
in the game,
fucking
and
please
I'm laying in
leave.
bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave.
The minute he get up and he say where he going, or he say where he
I'm breaking my
about to
neck.
do,
I'm like,
I gotta
So my thing with
You
that
gotta
is
make
like,
sure what?
no,
Not even make sure. It's like,
yeah, take the mic. Tell her.
Not even
her.
make
Yeah,
sure
say-
it's like you really going here because you were just playing the game all day.
See, this is
Nah,
my
you-
point.
no, go.
plans.
This is my point.
Go.
Right here. This is what I'm talking about.
But my thing is this: with that, I want you to go, but just be mindful that you need to also spend time with me. Just make
Yeah.
the
no,
time.
go ahead, go, but make
Correct.
sure you're being honest as you're going.
See, look, what
No,
I'm talking about.
go.
Look, this is what I'm talking about right here. Remember when I said earlier,
If
like,
you're gonna do what you're gonna do,
women-
you was gonna do it regardless whether I was here or I was there.
Hold on.
You was gonna go.
This is what I was talking
so
about.
go.
When I
But
said
just-
women
Like
value
said,
men.
Dev said lie.
Now, hold on, she's drunk.
Lie.
No, listen, hold
He
on.
said lie.
When I said
He said
women
just lie.
value men, and I'm not calling you a woman. I'm just saying women
the
value
bottom.
men based on security and loyalty.
No, and that's I'm not.
I didn't
Bro.
agree with that though. And I'm
Be
not
loyal.
Listen to what
Be
he
loyal.
said.
I'm
I'm
good.
saying because
When a
you
nigga get up to get dressed to go somewhere,
You
the
insecure.
first thing his mind went to was, let me
Where the
make
fuck that
sure.
nigga going?
Make sure what?
Let me see where you going. Where you going? Because if I get up and go, you gonna wonder where I'm going too.
No, I'm not.
After we were just sitting here all day doing absolutely nothing, you
Why
play
the
the
fuck
game.
would I be
and-
wondering where you going if you my joint? Like,
I feel the same way though. I
Why?
don't care.
why?
Personally, I don't care.
If you
Well,
mind,
I
like,
like to know where the
I'm not
person
even
is.
gonna think
I
about
want to know
that.
where
That's a
person.
lie.
I want to
No,
know,
I'm
like,
gonna ask you.
like,
No,
hey,
I'm not
like,
saying
No,
I don't care
I'm
where
not-
you're going.
I'm not
I want to
saying-
know.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
saying
wanna
don't
know
ask.
that
Yo,
you're
look,
going.
You don't hear. You
That's
don't hear
my
what I'm
thing.
saying. I'm saying after, like Case just said, she laid in the bed behind him and scrolled on TikTok
While
as
he
her
played his
man played Madden and
Hello?
2K
And won some coins.
all day. And all of a sudden, you getting dressed and going.
Oh no,
Okay.
like, where the fuck you
What
going?
happened?
Yeah, like,
Right, but
where
I'm
what
you
not
I'm
gonna
going?
complain to you about it and start nothing right now. But I want to know what We would say
Why does
absolutely.
something gotta happen?
Hold on. Hold on.
You know how many times Dev hit the group chat and was like, no, I'm dead ass. Like, or like me and Mike.
The group
Me and
chat
Mike is
goes
way
off.
more like random than Dev, right? Dev is a lot more organized.
Dev, may I ask you
Me
what your
and Mike-
sign is? What's your sign? Libra.
Oh.
That's why you're so organized.
I'm a Libra.
He's very organized.
Nah, Libra. Yep.
Oh, she get him away
Damn.
from me.
All right.
Damn.
But nah,
Dev,
like
I
we
get
might
you.
hit the group chat and be like, yo. Or yo, Tim be like, yo, when y'all gonna be in the studio? I'll be like, this week. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not planned.
And then I might be outside and be like, yo, I'm going to the studio. Or I might just be like, yo, Mike, what you doing?
Right.
Yo, I ain't doing shit, bro.
I ain't doing shit.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, I'm about to go to the studio. Yo, Dev, we jumping in the chat. Yo, Dev, y'all niggas trying to pull up to the studio. Dev be like,
I don't know, guys.
The
I have
thing
work to
is-
do.
nigga be like, I don't know. All right, fuck it, I'm pulling up. Like,
Fuck
But
it.
there's absolutely
That's just how it
nothing
goes.
wrong with that, especially with the industry that you guys are in. My thing is, do that, but just make time for me as well. That's all I ask.
but if I was just sitting there with you all
Be
day,
communicative.
No.
Be communicative.
Yo, that is
That's
true.
cool.
Be
No.
communicative.
I'm
I
not.
was just
I'm
sitting
not.
with you all day.
No,
Right.
I'm not saying that I have an issue with you getting up and going out. I'm just saying in general, I have no issue with you doing what you're doing, but in the same instance of that, just also make time for me. I'm not saying in that day. Obviously, I lay there, I scrolled on TikTok, you played Madden. I have no issue with that. You're going out, cool. I'm just saying in general, balance it out. Where you want to go do things with your friends, cool, but just also make time to do things with me as well.
Oh, I got you.
in life,
course.
in life. That's what I'm saying.
You know what the thing is with me? I'm
Did you enjoy yourself while you were saying Madden and I was playing TikTok? That's what I want to know. Did you enjoy yourself?
No,
You about to go
no.
outside and be all
Him-
lit on Instagram.
No.
he a hating ass nigga.
No.
You'll see a hater.
But the thing,
But
the thing
there's
about
a
me,
thing.
here's
There's
the
a
thing
thing.
about me. I'm a home. So
That's what-
I'm
that's
naturally a
what- yes,
homebody.
go ahead, go
So
ahead.
my time that I spend with my chick at home, it's just
It is
it's very
time.
natural and it is
Right.
time.
Right.
So for me, unfortunately, I'm the guy that when I do go out and I'm like, hey, I'm going out, I was like, whoa, you going outside? Like it's different for me to decide
fucking
to want to
process.
go with the boys. Like it's like I'm
Yeah.
out with the guys. It's no question because I
Right.
don't do that.
You
I
don't do right.
That's not normal. I work, and first of all, I work fucking hard. So it's just like if I say, "Holy shit, I got
I'm
a chance
going
to
out.
blow some steam off,"
You're gonna go.
I'm gonna exactly. I'm just gonna
and the
go.
person that you're with should never question you on that because
Never.
that's
I don't deserve that.
yeah,
and I know.
and that's fair.
Exactly.
I don't.
I'm glad you said that.
And
the
that's
way you said
fair.
it. I don't
And
deserve
the
that.
don't
thing
deserve
is,
that.
on top
I
of that,
champion you.
though, like you said, you're a homebody. So it's like when you're with somebody that is a homebody,
Right.
it changes the dynamic of things because it's going to be a different reaction to when that person decides to go out than when they're staying in because there's different versions of staying in. And a lot of people don't
There
understand that until you're dealing with somebody that's a homebody.
That is.
Me scrolling on TikTok and him playing Madden is a low-key version of us spending time together, even though we're not directly interacting.
Same,
Company.
exactly,
Whereas
exactly,
company.
He
exactly,
is.
exactly.
There's other times where he is just playing his thing, and I am solely not involved. We're not. That's not spending time,
Right,
Because
right.
you're doing your own thing, and I am fucking nowhere to be found. I'm in the house,
Right.
but I'm not next to you,
Right.
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 So you going out, go out. That's fine,
Right.
But just keep that same energy when I say that I want to go out.
Right.
Right.
Whether I want to go out with you or I want to go out
peace
alone.
Hey, men in the room. I know this is unanimous.
That energy is not always.
We
it's
don't
not always
give a
reciprocated.
fuck.
though.
Don't fucking care.
When you say you're going out, we're like,
Niggas-
do your thing.
Yes,
when
but
when
no.
she go out, niggas go, oh,
fun.
it's lit.
Sometimes that's
Word.
not given. Sometimes it's like that.
Niggas
Sometimes
turn
it's
on
like,
that
who you going out
porn,
with?
right?
Nah,
Blah, blah, blah.
Nick, I ain't
It's
gonna
like
lie.
you don't care sometimes, but then you care. I don't
Niggas
know.
like that is different. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's like half and half. It's but Dev,
for
they
real.
pick and choose when they want to do that.
That's
Because sometimes
nasty.
they're like,
No, for real.
and then sometimes they're like,
That's
who
nasty.
you going out with? What are you
Yo,
doing?
said, yo,
And
we
I'm
got
like,
the
this. I'm
nigga.
like, I'm outside.
Do your
I'm
thing.
outside.
Never been that nigga, bro.
Hold on. Y'all niggas missed what Tim said. Yo,
What's
first
that?
of all, when we was young, this was so fire when we was young. Niggas said, oh, I got the free.
Yo, the free crib. Yo, I ain't gonna
The
lie.
free?
My nigga. You ever
Free
had the
still.
free
When your
and
shorty leave the
realized
crib,
that
niggas
you was
is
like,
like,
you was like, I
day.
got the free, and you told a few people, and then y'all all sitting there, and you like, there's a few niggas in here. So you like, who? I hope my mother don't come
Yo,
early.
being an
That
adult and your chick going out and you telling yourself, oh, I got the free.
I got
it's
the
crazy.
free.
That's hard.
Free
I got
crib
the
was a real
free.
thing. Yep, I got
funny.
I'm
free.
just happy
What's
that
first
you
thing Kev
acknowledge
said?
that there are
I'm about to
three,
masturbate.
like there
Yo,
are versions of the
Deadass.
homebody
First thing-
spending
Oh,
time. Like
there
that's
is.
real.
Yeah.
But
There's different
people don't-
versions.
people don't
I know.
acknowledge that,
I also
though.
acknowledge
One,
with my
two,
chick that
three,
if I'm home,
4, 5, 6,
I don't just say, yo, we
7.
spending time. Like I don't do that. Like I know that if you're trying to spend time, let's do something. You know what I mean? Physically
like,
do something.
We just need to like acknowledge each other.
Yeah, let's.
Like
I don't
me
be like
sitting in the back scrolling on TikTok and
No.
being like, "Oh my god, baby, you winning? Yeah, I'm winning. Okay, great.
No.
I love that.
Right.
I'm happy for you. My foot's on your back. Like for me, that's good because
said
you're
your
having your
clit's on
moment.
your back?
My foot, like I'm like laid up.
I'm
like
so
this.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Wait, what did you?
I genuinely
What did he
was
say?
totally-
Wait, what?
Sorry. It threw me off. It threw me off. I swear to God. I didn't. Sorry.
It could
take this mic.
be.
No, I thought that's what.
No,
I swear.
I mean,
I thought you. I was like, was that a joke?
I
or
wouldn't,
Clint
not
on
on
his
his
back while
back,
you
but like,
playing
I mean,
Madden?
It's
I
crazy.
could do a lot of things,
I
but
feel
you
you.
know what I'm saying? Like, not on his back, but
First
you
of
know,
all, word.
it's really just like about,
word, babe?
it's the effort, like
Yes.
putting in the effort to say like, we're gonna spend time, or
Yes.
like sitting at the table playing Uno. We are spending time together, but
I'm not
like you
gonna
said,
lie, I'm
he
not
is
playing
a
Uno at home with
That's
you.
fine.
Nah, I like
But
going to
you're-
David.
But
Listen.
he is a homebody, so
Right.
it's just different.
Right. I love-
Everybody's different. There's nothing wrong with that.
I
But when
love
you
going
find
to
what
Dave
works
and
for you,
Buster's, the hookah
you do your
bar.
thing.
I am a simple nigga.
Facts.
Like
Right.
I don't
Same.
need. I don't need shit.
I can get that nigga
I really
outside if I
don't.
gotta get that
And
nigga
we go-
Some girls are
outside.
simple girls.
38.
Like, some
Right.
38.
girls,
And
like,
you
Cheers.
should, if you're a low maintenance ass nigga,
38.
then date
Yeah.
a low maintenance ass girl. Like the simple things please her.
Because you
And
put
I like
yourself
girls-
in a crazy
Yeah.
predicament when you
I
try
know
to do.
myself.
You date
I don't
those
need.
chicks.
I don't need fancy cars. I just want you to talk to me, tell me you love me, and that's it.
Boom.
That's
Damn.
all I need.
That's it.
Like, I just want to go. We can
Cool.
go. We
Look
can
at that
literally
shit.
go.
Do
Do
y'all-
y'all, do y'all know what girls
And
want?
then
Girls,
choke us in the middle.
It's put on
Guys.
miss.
What?
guys, girls want cuddles.
That's
Girls
crazy.
want cuddles.
All girls
Nah.
want are cuddles.
No, some girls
hugs.
want.
That's
Some
we
girls
bullshit.
want
want.
no.
Some girls want something
That's
different.
bullshit.
I feel like some girls want like expensive
We want-
shit.
okay,
Some
you're
stuff.
right.
Like
Yeah.
for us
You're right,
girls,
you're right, you're right,
we
right.
That's
just want-
bullshit.
We
Some
just want to be
girls want
loved.
lots-
We just
they
wanna be
want
loved,
Birkins and they
we
want
just wanna,
money
like,
and shit.
yeah.
That's
we just want to be
bullshit.
like
They
walks in
do.
the park.
Some girls do. I personally, I want cuddles and love, and I want to
That's
feel. I just
bullshit
want to
too.
feel.
And I want to
It's
laugh.
not.
Like, I
That's
just wanna
bullshit.
laugh.
How is it? How you gonna tell me it's bullshit?
All right, so I'm gonna just let me put it to you this way. Don't say I want. You got to be very very specific when you communicate, right? Because when you say all I want is cuddles, and then a nigga just want to cuddle all day, after a while you're gonna be like,
All right, nigga.
like
Yo, can we go
yeah, like.
outside? Like,
All right,
Are we
fine.
good?
You're correct. I didn't
You
word
gotta,
it correctly.
like,
You're
women
right.
gotta be.
I
Don't
know
say
what you
that.
But
meant.
you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
saw the nuance.
obviously, I want you to
I
fucking
get
go
what you're
work and
saying,
make
but I do
funds.
I
But
get what you're saying.
I want fucking
I
cuddles.
do want
Like,
you to be.
I'm saying I want the
clear.
simple shit. I don't want it to be an over like eccentric thing. Like, it don't have to be like you don't got to do too much. Like,
facts.
a lot of girls just want the simple shit. Of course, we want the bare minimum of being a man and doing things like, I don't know, going to work and like, you know, surviving. But a lot of times people overcomplicate it where we really just want you to come
People
home.
undercommunicate.
That's
problem.
fair.
Under
Communicate
That's
is a
fair.
wild word.
But guess
And
what?
that's what there
Hey, guys,
comes into play.
I'm
But
just
guess
saying,
what?
people-
The
because
thing
when you
is,
say
I'm a
something like
Virgo,
people
and I'm gonna
complicate things-
Are
over-communicate
you
for the.
Virgo?
I'm a
Are
Virgo.
you
I'm gonna.
OCD?
I'm gonna
Are you
over-communicate for
OCD?
my life.
Are
See,
you
but
I'm
when
not
you say
OCD.
over-communicate, what do you
I know
mean?
Virgo's OCD.
Because your version
When I
of
say over-communicate, I mean I'm going to be extremely thorough on what it is that I'm feeling or thinking. I'm going to explain exactly how I feel. I'm going to tell you how I feel. If you can't receive that shit, I don't know how to say. I'm a Virgo to the T of being a Virgo.
all right, so now
What's your moon sign?
hold on, my bad.
Sag, and my rising is Libra.
Damn. So you like, I don't know who you are, but you.
Yeah.
I'm that girl.
Yeah,
You gotta be
that
with someone who
girl.
can receive that
Yo,
shit.
so-
I'm
You
that
tell me
girl.
that shit over and over again.
No.
I'm not
I
gonna-
didn't say I
I'm
was
not
gonna
gonna
tell you
process
over
it.
and
But
over
you
again.
You're
I
being,
said
like,
I'm gonna
overly
be.
thorough. I'm gonna feel like
Yeah.
you're talking down on me. I'll be
Yeah.
like,
No, it's
Because
not
when she
that.
say over-communicate and
Yeah.
I'm overly thorough, it's like, okay,
No, I'm gonna
Yeah.
just
We not.
tell you how I feel thoroughly.
let me pause you for a second.
Because y'all are taking it as like me being a naggy person.
No,
and I'm not
no.
saying
No,
it
not
like
naggy.
that.
I'm saying that at
Because
all.
over communicate can come across as naggy, and I don't mean it like that. I just mean that I'm gonna be clear on what I'm feeling so that you can't miscommunicate anything that I'm saying.
Okay.
There shouldn't be any confusion. Because
Let
I
me-
said what I said.
I got you. My bad. I'm not even trying to like cut you short.
No, you're fine.
You told people how you feel. Now tell them where they can find you.
Oh, it's over.
This is
I
let me
get it.
just let me just say this. Let me just say this. Every time y'all watch this podcast, like it's either gonna Nah. I'm just saying, like look. Anytime
I got
y'all watch
it.
this podcast, it's either gonna be new people on the couch or some new people in the live audience. Like it's never gonna be the same because it's just like what it is with us. Like I be with my niggas and we just chop it up. Like it's no format to this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some shit in here that's gonna be for you. It's gonna be some shit that's not for you. Turn that shit off, and you can go to somebody else's podcast. You know what I'm saying? But tell them where they can find you.
They can find me at Kdilla, KAYDILLUH, on all platforms.
Heard you. My nigga Temp, illest nigga behind the camera. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Facts. Y'all can find me on Instagram, For You From Temp, FORYOU FORMTEMP. Also, Black Circuit Media, spelled the regular way.
Shout out Bay Days too. That's where.
Oh yeah, shout out Bay Days Off the
all the
Cuff,
toxic
series
shit
I
is at.
produced. Know what I mean? Kev's on it, Dev's on it, Sabby's on it.
Yes. And you can find me at SabbyXO, SABIIIXO. And you can also find me on YouTube. At
In
Hey
everybody's
Sabby.
video.
Facts.
And also in everybody's video. They call me the Queen of New York. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Talk your shit.
Well, actually,
No,
that's the
talk your
thing.
shit. I'm not mad at
No,
that. She
I
said it
don't
here
know.
first.
Yeah. But you can find me on Instagram at SabbyXO. And yeah.
And yo, thank y'all for watching. I don't know how long this shit was, but if you still here,
This was an episode.
This was
appreciate
the
you. You know
episode
what I'm
of
saying?
wild.
This was some
Up and
shit.
down.
Shout
At
out
the
my
end of the
nigga.
day, moral of
Shout
the
out my
story,
nigga Controversy in the
moral-
building. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Live audience. My nigga
To be
LJ, my nigga Dev,
continued.
Word.
Buggy on
And
the
moral
beat.
of the story,
Don't miss when you spit.
you know what?
Oh
Don't
my
miss when you
God.
spit.
Don't
That's
miss when you spit.
Better help is the thing. If you don't got to share
And communicate.
Don't miss when you spit. Don't miss when you spit.
Yo,